Hello everyone, and how's it going? Gonna be starting the live stream. So what do we got? 10 minutes or so until the main stream starts, so just gonna be kind of chilling until then. Yep, hope it's going well for everyone. What's everyone expecting from this stream? We saw fishing. Are they gonna do like housing and other things? Aside from fishing, I'm guessing the network test are gonna talk about, probably about the global announcement. Guilds? Oh, they already kind of talked about guilds, right? They talked about the team system, which is, I guess, their form of guilds. I'm not sure if they have more to add to that, but... In-game content. Yeah, they said, like, additional content, so I'll have to see what that's going to be. Yeah, on the beta forum, they had a thing asking players if they're interested in... What is it, like, lifestyle something? Like, lifestyle content, and they had fishing... housing as examples, and they put in fishing, so maybe a housing was something already we're kind of thinking about. Mining, farming. I don't know how like deep they're gonna go into like mining or farming. I'm not maybe farming, but mining you already can like gather things already, so I don't think they're gonna have like skill levels for gathering, at least from what we've seen so far. Leaderboard, they're probably gonna keep that in, right? For like the raids, I guess they had like leaderboard kind of thing. What did they have? They already had like basic gathering, but it didn't have really like a skill level or anything associated with it. You can just like gather stuff that you find in the world. Special events on world map where people need to go there at a certain point to destroy. I guess they kind of have that with the raid monster. You in a closed beta, they would have like a point on the map you would need to like kind of rush to, and you'd be able to enter a raid. And it was like 20-person battle against a big boss. Yep, the game's gonna be free to play. Maybe we'll talk more about monetization in this stream. We don't really have too much information, only like tidbits here and there from like things they said in interviews. But I guess the main thing about their monetization is they're avoiding pay to win. So it's mostly going to be cosmetic and battle pass kind of stuff from what we know so far. Are there any mounts besides the fox and horse? We've seen like some variations of like mounts and whatnot in like the footage they put out so far, but I don't know if there's stuff other than what we've seen. Yeah, I don't know any other besides like, yeah, like it was like the horse thing and the fox. I'm guessing there's gonna be other mounts though, because I think that's another one of their ways to kind of monetize things. I don't know if they'll have an auction system, because I don't think they are really putting in trading in the game currently. Housing furniture? Yeah, I don't really know, like, there's just so much we don't know so far. It's kind of hard to guess. It's like, before there can be housing furniture to be monetized, like, you need to have the housing first, but I'll have to see. Oh, is it starting? Their stream started, it looks like, but they're not really talking yet. Oh, it's starting now, so let me stop my own music. This is via stream right when released. Yeah, well, I'm like mirror streaming their stream, so yeah, I'm streaming same time they are streaming. I may be stopping the video occasionally to, I guess, translate some things they're speaking about and maybe give some of my own thoughts, but yeah, so there might be some stop and go here and there, but for the most part, real time. Could you quickly tell us what they're saying in Japanese chat? Ta 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 ta. No, I think they're excited. 自分涙いいですか? It's okay if I cry, I guess. No way, too quick. The song gives me chills. Yeah, just various things. ずっと待ってました。バカな、早すぎる。来たか。楽しみ。Looking forward to it. I had I think double songs going there. I think I had another stream in the background, so it might have been playing twice. There we go. Are the Japanese players worried about anything game related? A lot of the stuff they were worried about was from the closed beta, and that was taken care of for the most part with all their feedback, especially in the last stream where they had like 40 points of that they went over the things they fixed from the closed beta feedback. Even before that, they had like multiple streams talking about things they were improving from the closed beta. So when the closed beta happened initially, it was about like almost 3 years back, like in Japan, I guess. Now, it was kind of some negative sentiments about the game, but most of the things that people didn't really like about it, they improved and fixed, and it looks to be good now. So I think everyone in Japan is pretty hopeful and looking forward to the game now. The live stream is, well, it started, but it should be starting when? In a minute, I guess. Yeah, so they should show up soon. Any in-game? I'm not really sure currently. I know like they're gonna have like the game loop of gathering materials to craft like new weapons and whatnot. And also there'll probably be what was it, like in the raids in the closed beta, you'd get like a special form of currency. I think they were called glory coins, and you would get the special form of currency, and then you could trade that for like cat ears or various cosmetics and whatnot. Yeah, they're going to be talking about fishing most likely, since that's what they showed last week, but let's see what else they're going to talk about. Alright, so I'm going to be doing my best to do simultaneous interpretation of the stream. I may be stopping occasionally. But here's the PV, right? Promotional video.
私たちが時空を超えてきたというのはなんとなくお分かりでしょう。君はライジャなのか。あなたがそうなの。決断を下すのはまだ早いか。
Fest days are name? Yes, Fest day. So we're seeing some of the characters are going to show up in the story. So this looks like their new promotional video they put out last time. Maybe 5% fishing stream, yeah. I'll just see. In-game is fishing, yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be getting into this stream now. Good evening. I'm Suzuki from Bandai Namco director and producer. This is a stream about Blue Protocol. So let's introduce the members for today's stream. So he's Fukuzaki, the director, development director. Executive producer Shimaoka. Suzuki, it seems like you've gotten used to this broadcast, didn't you? It's been about a month from the last stream. So this time as well, we have a distance between ourselves because of coronavirus. So we have acrylic panels in between us, like plastic panels. It's already a month has passed from the last stream. I can't believe it. So we looked at everyone's feedback during the last stream on SNS Online and whatnot. And thanks everyone to coming to the stream and leaving your comments. On the fan kit. Oh, they didn't have the Heavy Smasher in the fan kit. So they're apologizing for that. The fan kit's on their Japanese website, and it has images and whatnot for the you can use for the game for like online sites and whatnot. So first, I want to talk about what type of game Blue Protocol is. So it's the same as always, but we have quite a few announcements since the last time, and maybe some new viewers this time as well. So Suzuki is going to explain everything. So last time we didn't do this, but we're continuing doing it again in this stream, is the Twitter hashtag, and we're showing images. So I guess fan art they're showing. It's an online action RPG being developed by Bandai Namco Studios and Bandai Namco Online in Japan. So it's an original title being developed in Unreal 4 that is a multiplayer experience. Lots of cute fan art, yeah.
こちら皆さんご存知かわからないですが、ちょっとねギザギザしてると思うんですけど、これ実はマイクラで作られてる。
This was made in Minecraft, evidently. Minecraft fan art.
これキャラクターだけで20万ブロックみたいなことが
It's like around 200,000 blocks or something used to make the character.
はい。
あまりにもすごくて絶句いたしました。
At a loss of words looking at it. Just too amazing.
またSNS などでディスコードのコミュニティ作っていただいたりとか。
集合絵も可愛かったですね。
そうですね。先ほどの多分マイクラのサーバーを立てていただいている人とか、アステルリーズを地図マップみたいに作ってくれるとか。
Although I guess there's some various people make the person in the last image making blocks, or somebody make like astraleads, maybe in Minecraft as well. So a lot of fan-made content starting to appear.
今後の放送でもツイッターのハッシュタグシャープブルプロ通信をつけて投稿いただいた SS やイラスト、作品造形物などなどもですね、別途ご本人様の連絡を行わずブルプロ通信内でご紹介をさせていただく場合があります。紹介してもいいよという方はシャープブルプロ通信のハッシュタグをつけて
we will use content from people with this hashtag, and we will just use it without asking. So if you don't want it used, don't use the hashtag.
移りたいと思います。というわけで、本日ご紹介する内容はこちらです。
All right, so today's contents.
シリーズ XS 版と、日本国外展開の発表について。
So releasing a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS version inside Japan. Network test. So yeah, about network test applications, additional content in the game, and about Ryokin Taike, so about monetization in the game. So that would be interesting to hear about.
随分内容が増えたということですね。前回ね、ナンバー5の方で特報としていろいろとお伝えさせていただいたゲームアワーズ、見ていただいた方もいらっしゃるのかなと思いますけれども、その後ですね、ツイッターの方で補足みたいなことも書かせていただいて、その中でプレイステーション5、Xbox。
Alright, so yeah, since the last stream we announced that we would have the Game Awards announcement, and I'm sure a lot of people may have seen that. And after that, we put information on Twitter about additional information about the PlayStation 5 and Xbox S. But yeah, it's important information, so we would like to show everyone here. So it's decided that it's going to be released on both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS in Japan.
サービス開始時期 PC 版ですね。で、ネットワークテストの実施をお伝えさせていただきましたけれども、今回のゲームアワーズ、としまして、家庭用ゲーム機向けの発表もさせていただいたということで、
So at the Game Awards, yeah, we made this announcement.
具体的なサービス時期未定ということもありますので、詳しく、ご紹介していきたいというふうに思っております。で、ちょっとその事前に説問お問い合わせ
SNS の反応とかね、
質問がSNS の方であったんですけども、パッケージの販売みたいなものがあるのかということで、
Oh, we had some questions about a package for the game,
ちょっとパッケージの方は
a physical copy.
ということはお伝えしつつ、今後皆様にいろいろとお伝えできるタイミングになりましたら改めて発表させていただきたいというふうに思ってます。
Let me just
またですね、
jump back a little
お
bit.
伝えしつつ、今後皆さんここにですね、うちダウンロード専用ですので、ちょっとパッケージの方はございませんということは。
Oh yeah, so there's not going to be a physical copy. It's just download
伝えできるタイミングになりましたら改めて発表させていただきたいというふうに思ってます。またですね、スマイルゲートメガポート社さんからの韓国地域での展開発表で、ゲームアワーズで、Amazon ゲームズ様からの、欧米地域での展開発表させていた
We
だきま
also
した。
had announcement of the Korean publisher and the
今からちょっと時間をしっかり
publisher in the West, Amazon Games for America,
というふうに思
Europe,
っておりますというところで鈴木さん
Australia, those other countries.
わかりました。はい。ではブループロトコルはですね、各展開地域で展開を行ってまいりますが、展開地域のパブリッシャーさん、運営会社さんですね。パブリッシャーさんというのは、運営とかプロモーションとかを行って、いただく会社さんです。とパートナーを組ませていただいて各地域での展開を予定しています。
So for each country, we are partnering with publishers to release the game, and this is a list of what we have currently. So for in Japan, Bandai Namco would be the publisher. Was it Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau? We have Cayenne Tech, Smilegate in Korea, and Amazon Games for North America, Europe, South America, Australia, New Zealand. Yeah. No C, Southeast Asia. Where are you?
PC 版が先行してサービスインとする形となっております。はい。台湾、香港、マカオエリアはカイエンテック社がパブリッシャーとなりまして PC でのサービスを予定しております。韓国はスマイルゲートメガボート社がパブリッシャーとなり PC でのサービスを予定しております。北米、ヨーロッパ、南米、オーストラリア、ニュージーランドは
So he's just going through the publishers right now.
Steam での PC とプレイステーション5、Xbox シリーズ XS のプラットフォームにてサービスを予定しているという形です。なおパブリッシャーごとにですね展開地域が異なります。でサーバーはそれぞれ別となりますので展開地域以外のユーザー様同士は
Servers will be different for each the regions. So I guess for each of the publishers, they'll be having different servers. There'll be more information from the publishers in the future.
はい。今、コメントでクロスプレイ、なるほどなるほど。
People asking about crossplay.
クロスプレイはですね、クロスプレイ、クロスセーブという言い方をよくすると思うんですけど、これはまだ決定していません。
So it hasn't been decided yet.
明確にこうだということはお伝えできないんですが、やりたいと思っています。
But we're thinking that we would like to do it. So it's not at the point where they can say anything definitively yet, but they would like to do it.
あとそうですね、
これね、
ツイッターとかで、なんだろうな、海外展開を発表させていただいて、例えば海外からなんだろう、もっとブルプロこういう風にしてよって言われて、それになんかこう押されてゲームの内容が変わったりとかしてるんじゃないかみたいな心配されてる方がいらっしゃったんですけれども、基本的に各パブリッシャーパートナーさんからアドバイスやったりとか、そういったものは
Okay, so he's talking about people worried about the game changing from the publisher. From I guess publisher, the publisher changing the game.
アドバイスやったりとか、そういったものは基本的に各パブリッシャーパートナーさんからアドバイスやったりとか、そういったものはいただいてます。で、いただいたアドバイスに対して、日本の、開発メンバーで確認して、なるほどと思った部分は、取り入れてますし、いやこれはちょっと日本人の感覚として違うよと思ったら、これは、せっかくのご意見ですがやりませんっていうのを明確に
割とフラットにね。はい。
Okay, so in regards to publishers, I guess changing things or people worried about publishers changing the information, he's saying that they would get feedback from the publishers, and what they would do with this is they would get the feedback and then they would think about it inside Japan. So the Japanese developers would get the feedback, and whether they will do that feedback or not is up to the Japanese developers. So if they get feedback from like I don't know, Amazon Games or something saying that we want this or want something like this in a game, they'll listen to it, but whether or not they do it is up to the Japanese developers. So if they hear it and they think it's a good idea, they're like, okay, that's good, we'll put it into the game. But if they hear it and think well, we don't really think that's best for like Japan or Japanese players and whatnot, they'll say we won't do it. So I think that'll put a lot of people's worries to rest in regards to that.
一意見ということでは、
どこかのインタビューだったかブルプロ通信だったかでも、言ったことがあるんですけれども、日本人の感覚で日本人のゲームを突き詰めることが一番海外の人にとっても受けると、僕らは思っていて、
Okay, and he's also saying something interesting here. So what he thinks as what the developers think is that making a game for the Japanese players or the Japanese for Japan is going to be the best way to appeal to people in other countries as well. So they're putting Japan first for the development, and they think that will also, in turn, be the best way to bring the game to other countries.
海外に向けてこういうふうにしましょうっていうのが、多くなっていくと、結局僕らは日本人でしかないので、そこの感覚に合わせると逆になんだろうな、向こうの方から見た時に新鮮味がなくなるというか、日本っぽいゲームをちゃんと作ることが一番
So they want to make the game have that Japanese feel to it. If they were trying to put all these Western elements into it, they're Japanese developers themselves. They would start losing track of what they were doing. So, yeah, so it's going to put kind of Japanese mindset first inside the development.
すごくありがたいんですが、リークじゃないので触れていただいて大丈夫です。はい、よろしくお願いします。
まあどうしてもね、ツイッターという性質上、ほらブループロトコルフニャララみたいな名前でアカウント作りやすかったりとかするので、一応フォローしました。正しいやつ、
そうですね。はい。
正しいやつフォローしましたので、そのあたりから見に行っていただけると。
I guess some people were worried about like the video or something released recently, and they thought maybe it was a leak of footage or something. And he's saying it's not a leak, so don't worry about that.
次はネットワークテストご応募への感謝という内容となっております。前回のブルプロ通信で募集を開始させていただきました。
So next up is talking about
2023年1月に
gratitude for everyone applying to the network test.
ありがとうございました。
いやー本当にありがとうございました。
はい。募集の方はですね、13日の11時にて終了とさせていただきましたが、募集人数を超えたご応募をいただきましたので、
So they went over the number of application slots they had, so they're going to have a lottery.
後日公式サイトや公式ツイッターにてお知らせをするという内容となっておりますが、
So they'll be
発表までに少々お時間をいただくこととなります。このお時間
putting the results up later. They'll announce the results later on their official Twitter.
考えているんですが、ギリギリな感じになるかもしれないですし、
They're planning for it to be probably within this year, but maybe it'll go over a little bit, but hopefully by the end of this year they'll have their results out.
お待ちいただきますと幸いでございます。
なんかあるんです
デバッグの進行のチェックとそれを受けて社外手続きしなきゃいけない
まあそうね、そういうやつ
リアルなやつです。
はい。今日もここ来る前に会社の方で200人ぐらいで200人弱ぐらいかなでちょっとテストプレイしてます。
I guess they're kind of busy with debugging and getting, I guess, a network test ready. So that's kind of delaying some things as well, but they want to get the network test ready for everyone.
よろしくお願いいたします。はい。それでは次の
So that's what they're busy with currently.
さて、皆様お待ちかねと思います。追加機能紹介。
So now they're going to talk about additional features.
内容や、前回放送後皆様の SNS などでの反応を見させていただきまして、ちょっと誤解されていそうかなといった部分の訂正なども含まれている内容。
They're talking about some things that didn't fit into last stream and also some corrections for what people were thinking about on SNS and whatnot.
釣りがあることは釣りじゃないですよ。はい。こちら実際に実機で。
急なネットスラング。
前回ちょっとこれ釣り
So there will be fishing.
ちょっと思ってたんですよね。
そういうね言葉遊び。
はい。
大丈夫です。作ってる。
はい。では福崎さんお願いします。
はい。じゃあこちらはもう実機をご覧いただこうと思いますので。
So let's look at inside the game. Are you going to be doing fishing? There's the water.
はい。釣りなんですけれども。
So fishing. We're in the Asterleads town. Down here is a fishing spot.
釣りスポットがありまして、このちょっと光ってますけども、ここのところで釣りが できます。で、釣り自体は
You go to the fishing spot.
ミニゲームになってまして、
It's like this. It's a mini game.
だったらこうやべいらっしゃるこういう時に限ってでかいのがかかった
重たいやつですかね。
Maybe caught a big one.
ゲージが糸のテンションの張り具合と魚までの距離ですね。
So the bottom gauge is the tension on the string and the distance to the fish.
テンションが下がるので、
その隙にリールを巻かれる。
おお、
こんな感じで釣れます。
クジャク化する。
Nice. So they caught a fish.
はい、でポイント少ないんじゃないかと思われるかもしれないですけど、一つのポイントに対して、複数に、釣りインタラクトして釣ることが可能となっておりますので、なんかこれ
So
実は
there's-
結構並んで釣ったりとか、はい、結構
You can have multiple people at the same
ます。
fishing spot.
で、釣りのミニゲームとしては、こんな感じなんですけれども、おそらく皆さん気にされているのが、
And the fishing mini game is like this, but
釣りはゲームサイクル的にどういう意味があるのか。
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, like, what is the point of fishing? How will it be
思うんですけども、
incorporated into the game?
CBT のフィードバックでも、生活系コンテンツの話をさせていただきまして、
In past closed beta
生活系ってそれぞれのコンテンツの、つながりが、
Feedback
重要になってくるという話をさせていただいて、で、
we talked about lifestyle additions we'd like to add to the game.
やっぱりちょっと、開発的な時間もかかるので、結構お待たせすることになってしまうので、ひとまず、釣りっていうのはちょっとミニゲームとして一つの形で出しやすいので、ひとまず釣りを実装しました。で、その後アップデートに従って、だんだん釣りからつながっていくコンテンツを、どんどん追加して。
Okay, so yeah, Sonny said, but making, I guess, these like lifestyle like features and things like that in the game, it can take a little bit of time to develop. So we're going to start with the fishing as a mini game and slowly add on to it with develop additional things to add on to that as they go forward.
います。なので、サービスイン段階での釣りの価値、魚の価値は何かというと、売れます。
売れます売れます。
だけ止まりです。
So when the game releases, what can you use the fish for? Well, at the start, you can sell the fish.
そこから、どんどん広がっていって釣って魚が釣れるっていうことは次はなんとなく分かるよねみたいな方、はい、
魚って何するもんだっけみたいな。
Yeah, so, but going forward after that, so if you can catch the fish, we plan to have ways to use the fish to do things in the future.
感じで、はい、だんだんつながって。
So I'm guessing cooking or something, right? That would be the most
現段階では、あくまで
obvious.
レジャー的なね。
レジャーです。はい。
ですね。
暇つぶし込みでの、はい、そういうものとなっておりますので、一旦ちょっとご了承ください。
はい、ということでせっかく海辺なのでこれ地味な、機能追加機能改善と言えるところなんですけど、続きの画面にしていただけますか。はい、これ、水の中なんですけど CBT の時もですね、
Alright, so we're in the water here.
泳ぐことはできたんですが移動速度というか泳ぎ速度が一定だったんですね。で、
So in the closed beta test, you could swim, but the swimming speed was fixed.
地面に戻りたいという時に上がる階段見つけなければ上がれなかったと。
And you had to look for like stairs to get out of the water and whatnot.
水に囲まれているところなんですけど変なところに落ちるとぐるっと回って
But if you fell in a weird spot in the water, you'd have to swim around looking for a way to get out.
泳ぎダッシュ、
早っ。
But we added a swimming dash
英語を身につけました。
同じですね。ダッシュすると早く泳ぐ。
to be able to swim faster.
ジャンプできるようにしました。
And you also are able to jump in the water now.
なるほど。
形の、
So you can jump out of the water.
はい、こちらもまあ地面こういった機能が出てますよ。
So it's kind of simple features, but things we've added to the game.
ダイナミックなんとかって言いたかったんだけど。
はい、うちの子可愛いというやつですね。
いや実際これなかなか素敵な。今回これ鈴木さんの趣味が全開で
そうです。ね。
So we can see
見ることになるからちゃんと作ろうっつって。
はい。
Suzuki's interests in the
では
in this character.
次はこちらとなります。
So next up,
キャンプ
camping.
空間転送ポータル追加
So teleportation
となっております。では
was it 放浪の美食屋 So a vagrant gourmet. and Happy Napo. I don't know what Napo is, but so you have camping, see, Kukan Tenso Portal, so additional teleportation portals, maybe like a wandering gourmet or like food person, and then Happy Napo. So we'll learn more about this as we go in. Napo, I think it's like a creature or something in the game.
はい、この後の話でもですね、ゾーンという用語が出てくるんですけれども、ブルプロトコルのマップは、一つのフィールドや街などを区切るゾーンタイプとなります。で、点線で区切られている地点を通過するとロードが発生しますが、このロード不要で移動可能なエリアの単位を、ゾーンと呼びます。スクリーンショットはステリア平原のマップですけれども、海なりの平
So we have a look at the map here, and there's different areas or zones. And you have the dotted line. So when you cross a zone line, there is loading between the zones. But inside a single zone, there's no loading.
盆地、夕凪の段丘という4つのゾーンで構成されています。各ゾーンには入ることのできる人数が街やフィールド、ミッションなどで設定されており、その人数を超えると同じゾーン空間が複数存在している。
And then zones are also divided into channels. There's a maximum number of players that can be in each channel. And here is looking at the number of players that can be in each channel. So what do we have here? Inside the town, Asterleads, or the desert town, was it Saramu Zat Oasis, you can have up to 200 players inside a single channel. Inside the field zones, you can have 30 players. In the missions, the dungeon, Coliseum, what was this, Rimpato, some kind of like tower. I'm not sure if this is new or something. And then you have 6 players for like the dungeon missions and whatnot. And then bigger missions, the raids, you can have up to 30 players. And then there's single player missions as well, time attack and score attack.
同じゾーン、同じ場所にいたとしても、別チャンネルにいるプレイヤーは見えないという形になります。特定の形を同じ場所で遊びたいという場合には、パーティーを組んでゾーンを移動したり、合流機能を使うことで同じチャンネルに移動できるようになります。ゾーンごとのプレイヤーやエネミーの密度やアクションのために必要となる動機などいろいろ実証検証してこの人数上限と
So yeah, they decided on it from various factors around the gameplay about what's best suited for the game.
所属するサーバーを選んでキャラクターを作成するという形式ではありません。厳密な用語としては
So when you make a character, it's not like you choose a server.
オンラインゲームってこうキャラ作るときに1サバ2サバみたいなのを選んで
So some games have like different servers you have to choose when going in. But in Blue Protocol, they won't have that. So everyone's in the same world, like server or world. But within inside of that, it's divided up into these channels for like each of the zones and areas and whatnot. So that covers some of the basics. Well, going forward here. So camping. So this is inside the Dragonclaw Valley area that was also in the closed beta test. So you can interact with the fire. If you sit down there, you heal. So it's the same as with like towns and whatnot. Within the field areas, you heal. I can also use gesture, like the gesture to sit, to also heal.
残念なことにすいません、時間がちょうど昼から夕方にかけてだったので炎がちょっと綺麗には
Oh, he says it's a little unfortunate. It's kind of like in the middle of the day, so you can't really see how wonderful the campfire is, but
改めて一緒にちょっと説明していきますね。で、キャンプのところに空間転送ポータルが追加されて、
So there are also teleportation portal here that was added next to the camp.
まあ、空間転送ポータルは、CBT の時は、ミンスターホルンだったりとか、ラルパルとか、村に、一つフィールド上は村にそれぞれあって
So in the closed beta test, there was teleportation portals inside towns in the field areas, but
ミンスターホルンにワープしてそこからマウントに乗ってっていうこうちょっと距離が長かった
but it could be a little far traveling from the town to where you really want to go, so you'd have to ride a mount.
経由しなければいけない。
ちょっとその辺が、面倒だなというか
So as a convenience feature, they kind of added additional teleportation portals.
新しくですね、海なりの草原あれ
アステルリーズ出てすぐのところの
アップ出しちゃおう。はい。
So you're going to show the map.
海なりの草原はアステルリーズに近いので、キャンプとポータルは設けてないんですが、他のところに関しては、ゾーンに必ず一つ、ワープポータルを設ける。
So in the area right next to the astrolates, there isn't a camp, but areas a little bit farther away, there are a camp in each of the zones.
フィールドのやつにもまあ1個ずつ入ってるということで、割と便利な場所にありますよね。
そうですね、便利になりました。
そうですね。で、まあ回復ポイントになるなので休息できる場所になるので、こうやって回復しながら待ってるとですね、まあここから始めた人たちがこうワープポータルから、ポータルから
So while you're healing here or
とかがいるので、この辺で結構すれ違いとかが
waiting, there's also people that come in through the teleportation portal, so you'll be able to kind of meet a lot of people in the game in this area. So it's an area where people kind of gather around. So that's one of how they kind of designed it as an area to gather and meet players.
これ探すのも結構楽しいですよね。
そうですね。大体というかさっき言った通りほとんどのゾーンにあるので、新しいフィールドに入ったらまずこの拠点となる
So as we said, in most of the zones there will be a camp spot. So when you go to a new zone, maybe you'll want to look for the camping area first.
一応ワープポータル一回アクティベートはしなきゃいけないので。
And the warp portals, you need to activate them once first before you can use them. So searching for the warp portal can be useful.
下岡さん見せますか。
じゃあ下岡の画面にしていただいて。
So we're going to switch to Shimoka screen.
あれですけど、今回僕男にしたんですよ。
So this time I've chose a male character.
かっこいいなというのを作ってみました。
Tried to make a cool looking character here.
座った状態で。はっ。ポーズ。
Oh, and you also can do some of these poses while sitting down.
一回こう立ってやってた。
Before you'd stand up. So there's now some gestures you can do from while sitting.
ではないです。
Not all of them, but
立たなきゃもともとできないようなダンスとかね。
like for example, you can't dance while sitting down. You'd have to stand up to dance. But
さすがに座ったままではできないので、いろんなものが座った状態からできますので、その辺も楽しんでいただければと思います。
ぬくもりティ感じていただければというところで次行きましょうか。
なるほど。ここにエネミー連れてきて MPK するんじゃないのみたいなのがあれ。
some people worried about people bringing enemies to this area and killing players with the enemies they brought to the camp.
あんまり距離離れると帰ってくれるんですよね。
はい。いやもうここはもうエネミー基本的にバトルの状態にエネミーがならない。
So in this area,
殴り返します。
there's usually not enemies that can get to this area, so there's not going to be like battles here. And if enemies go too far from their starting area, they will return. So there won't be battles happening there. Yeah.
はい、ですね、フィールドの各地に、なんだろう、大きな街道沿いだったりとか。
So it's like a wandering cook or something, wandering gourmet, or I don't know how to say it.
キャラクターが立ってまして、
Yeah, it's like a wandering cook character.
一定時間話しかけると、服の色に沿ったバフをかけてくれます。
So he'll give you a buff depending on the clothing color he has.
かけられないんですけども、はい。で、なんだろう、基本的にデメリットがない。お金払わなきゃいけないとか、そういうことはないです。
There's no real demerits to it. You don't really have to pay money or anything.
フィールドで活動を始めようと思ったりとか、中間で一回ちょっと休憩してとか、そういう時に、改めてバフをかけてもらったりとか。
So like when you think about doing something in the field area, maybe talking to this NPC first can be useful.
はい、次行きましょう。はい、じゃあ次はハッピーナッポですね。
Happy.
いいなっぽ。
Nappo. Okay, I was thinking it was this thing there.
なんですかその可愛い生き物。
Yeah, so it's the creature.
このハッピーナップは、前回福崎さんの方から話があったイースターエッグ的な遊びという形となって
So it's kind of like an Easter egg kind of
と
feature.
いうものの仕様を変更したことによって、フィールドを探索する理由が一つ減ってしまったというところがありますので、この隠れたナッポというところを、探し出すという。
So you look for these hidden nappos inside the map.
ナッポ、各ゾーンに何体か
There's a number of them in each of the zones.
いるんですけど、それを探し出すことによって、コンプリートみたいな状態。
So you can try to like complete like an achievement for searching for all these nappos in each of the
こ
zones.
れはですね、非常にネタバレ要素が強くなるので、ネットワークテストでは一部のエリアだけですね。答え合わせできちゃうので。
So in the network test, we're only going to have these in one area because it would kind of ruin the fun of looking for them later on.
近くによると鳴き声が聞こえるので、鳴き声
But you can kind of hear them once you get close enough.
鳴き声だ。
倒せが出ましたね。
ピンクウリボ
ネームが来ました。
So Pink Uribo has appeared. It's like some kind of boss, like mini boss kind of thing.
まあフィールドできることをね、ネームで探したいとか。
Yeah, so for these nappos, they're kind of like a fun little Easter egg kind of thing, an achievement you can search for in areas.
はい、では次に参りましょう。次はこちらとなります。エステサロン、カラーリン
So
グ
Estee salon, so like the beauty salon kind of thing. And coloring shop, so I guess like a dye shop. So let's look at this like beauty salon or beauty parlor kind of thing.
はい話しかけると
Welcome.
開始できます。で、
So there's a normal course
タイプ変更エステ
and a type change
い
course.
わゆるキャラタイプ、男性タイプとか女性タイプとか
Oh, so you could like change your gender
コースとなっています。
with the type change course.
もうこれはもうお見せします。
So he's gonna show off the type change course. So you can, I guess, just redo making your character.
コースに入ったのでタイプの変更ができない。残念ながら性別を変えると、はい、下着スタート。
服なしからスタートする。
But if you change your type, you go to underwear. But
にはなってるんですけど、エステにしかない機能っていうのも、結構あります。
but there are also some features that are only in this beauty salon area here.
だいぶ違いますね。
はい、髪型が全然増えております。で、
So additional hairstyles.
カラーが、ツートンカラーが、例えばこれはいわゆる、キャラクルにもあるツートンカラー。
So that's the basic gradation.
入ってましたかね。
And they also have like a special gradation feature here.
メッシュはメッシュで別なん
で、
です。
メッシュはこうですね。メッシュを入れてメッシュのカラーを
And they have like a mesh color as well. So like additional color you can add.
可能です。で、顔をで、
So some
めっちゃ受けてる。
other features here.
はい。で、目のパターンも増えて、
So additional
これこう
eye
はい。
types,
まつげもスタイルも増えて、
additional like eyebrows or eyelashes,
交際模様もま
で、
た
瞳の交際も
パターン。
and also like the iris of the eye. There's some more choices.
瞳カラーを瞳カラーとかはそうですね。オットアイにするとかそういうのは、
めちゃくちゃ変えれる。
で、鼻、口、
これ
歯は
Oh, we got the like sharp teeth. Shark
歯
teeth.
は
Yeah.
見たいでしょ歯。これさ。
歯
Whoa.
いわゆる歯ですよね。
そうですね。で、刃、右刃、
So you can have like fangs.
両方あるやつと片
片刃、で、上下牙ですね。
うん。
とか、はい、こ
これはねマジやりたい。
はい、歯に関しては CBT の後に、ちょっと開発の中であとキャラクリ何があったら嬉しいですかみたいな話アンケートみたいなのがあって、
So we had
その時に福崎の方から
like a survey after the closed beta test.
っていうのをアピールして分かりましたって言って、実装優先度低とかで入って
Some people were asking about teeth options.
違います最高ですって言って、はい、実際まで歯ってドアップにならないと見えないんで、実装優先度低くされるの分かるんですけど、ダメですいりますって言って。
So originally they had it as a low priority, but you said no, we have this in it. Needs to be top priority to have these teeth features.
リップだったりペイントだったりとかそういうところも、はい、増えてますね。ペイントは
ペイントね。
Oh, so lots of different like face paint,
2箇所つけれるからこうね。
and also two different
手ができる。
places you can place it.
はい、反転もできます。
You also can switch the side.
いやーこれはクリエイティブの幅が広が
lots of choices for.
感じで、できます。
So I guess this is going to be looking to be like a monetization
こんな感じで
kind of feature, right? So you have the basic character creation, but if you pay a little bit extra, you get extra options.
ほとんどできます。
So you can save it.
で、これ、チケット制なんですけども、チケットを、消費するのが、エッセイでこういうふうに作っていただいて、最終的に、決定した時にチケットを消費するので、ごめんなさい、順番間違ったわ、話の。
So it's kind of switched around the order, but you have these tickets.
このエッセイに
そうですね。
そうです。
アップデートでも今後、髪型とか
増えていくんでね。
So in the future, there may be like additional hairstyles and things added in the
け
future.
れども、先にまだチケット持ってなくても、一回ちょっとまずどんなもんだろうと思って、エッセイで、キャラクリをして、
But even if you don't have a ticket, you could go to like this
労働して
beauty salon and try out making a character, and then you could save it, and then you could buy a ticket later if you wanted to. And at the end, you use the ticket.
ちなみにチケットはマネタイズです。後ほど
So the tickets will be monetized,
そういうこともお話を
お話しますね。
but we'll talk about that more later.
次に、言っていただく間に私の画面でコネクター集を
So I'm going to show some little features that we have here.
ワンちゃん
The dog.
CBD の時に崇められてた。
So everyone was praising the dog in the closed beta test, but
あまたいらっしゃるじゃないですか、ワンちゃんが、まあ、猫ちゃんも。
そうですね。はい。
so now you can interact with the dog.
触れ合えるように。
触れ合いパターンだね。
触れ合えるように。
はい。一部、アニマル、犬だったり、猫だったり。
So with like cats or dogs, there's certain animals you can interact with.
いるんですけど、いいちゃんもほら戯れられるんですよ。
This is the E creature, like rubbing, patting its head.
ということはちょっとはいできるようにさせて。
小ネタでした。
So you can kind of interact with little creatures in the town.
はい。
次行きましょう。
次がですね、カラーリングショップですね。
It's the coloring shop, so I think it's like their dye shop.
はい、カラーリングショップはここにありまして、クエストを進めると、2段階で開放することができます。
So by doing quests, there's two different levels you unlock going through it.
と、朝食機能の開放となっております。でこれもちょっとお見せします、
I'm
ね。
gonna show so dyeing and then another thing. Choshoku? Choshoku.
これはでも
So color change?
驚きますね。
あれなんかちょっとおかしかったですね。
あれ？お、どうしてさっきはうまくいったの？
So I guess I think like color change and like mixing colors or something as well.
ちょっと一回画面戻してもらえますか？
He accidentally kind of went.
はい、じゃあ一旦
He's gonna go back
いいですかね。
for a second.
はい
そうですね。はい。
さっきペットと、触れ合ってたと思うんですけど、アステルリーズ以外にもですね、いろんなところにこう動物
So we were showing the pets
全部じゃないんですけど
in Astraleads there a moment ago.
と触れ合えるようになってまして、
There's
結構な種類のモーションがあるんですよ。
quite a few like pets in other areas as well, and there's that you can interact with.
触れるってのがちょっと嬉しいですよ。
So lots of different like kind of like motions associated with like interacting with animals.
生まれてきたりとかするので、まあ、皆さんもねぜひ、お願いしますよ。可愛がってあげてください。
Yeah, so we would ask like everyone to have fun interacting with the animals.
俺の方多分ダメです。
あーなるほど。
おかしい、さっきリハーサルでうまくいったじゃん。
In the rehearsal it went well, but what's happening? I guess we're having a little technical difficulties currently.
大丈夫ですか？
はい、うちの子かわいいや。
Okay, so we're gonna look at another person's screen here.
そうだね。
はい。
So here we go.
なってるもんね。
おります。はい、これもともとね、黒いやつなんで
So this is originally black,
す。まあこれカラーチェンジ。
so you can change the colors.
イメージが全然違うよね。やっぱね色変えると。
まあこれだけのカラーがあって、まあ僕も白つけてるんですけど、これサイドとメイドという
You can also adjust the saturation
サイドメイドを上げると
and brightness.
変化が発生するという形と
こ
なる。
の後ね話もちょっと出るんですけど、例えばお友達同士で色揃えるとか、
So you could always maybe like
周りの色あるじゃないですか。
choose colors with your friend and
色とかそれ
have the same colors and whatnot.
毎回その自分の新しく手に入れた衣装ね色をこうちゃん
it
と
looks at the bottom they have like a dye or something you would need for the color
でおいます。
and also like a mixing
さっきのと全然イメージ違うもんね。
item.
白金でしたかさっき。
そうですね。まあさっきのこんな感じですね。リセットしてはい。
はい、でカラーリングショップはですね、一部衣装とかアクセサリーとかアンダーウェアとか、染められないものもあるんですけども、染められる商品にはアイコンの右下に、はい、染められるマークがついてます。
So there's a mark showing you what things you can dye.
CBT の時も色違いの衣装ってあったと思うんですけど、あれは染色機能を最初から、プリセットで入れてた状態で、やらせていただきまして、サービスの時はこういった感じで、ユーザーさんが自由にいじっていただく。
So on the closed beta test, there was some clothing that had different colors, but I was actually using the dyeing feature internally. So when the game releases, we'll be using this dye feature.
が必要という形になっております。で、染色剤は一部カラーはマネタイズなんですけども、イベントだったりとかで配布も予定していますし、ゲームの中での
certain dyes will be monetized,
一部可能となっております。
but there will be like events and ways to get other things as well.
見た目をね、自分でカスタマイズ
Let
で
me
きる
just
幅が
jump back
広がって
slightly
ゲーム
more.
の中での入手も一部可能となっております。
Yeah, so there is ways to get it. Certain things in game as well.
ということで、まあ見た目をね、自分でカスタマイズできる幅が非常に広がっているのか
So
な
this
というとこ
should
ろで
increase the options for customizing things quite a bit.
次はこちらです。はい。フォトモードの補足。
So additional comments about the photo mode?
ご紹介したフォトモードについての補足となっていますね。では福崎さんお願いします。
はい、フォトモードの補足なんですけども、ですね。
Oh, the photo mode?
前回のね、
はい、前回のですね、ブルプロ通信の時に、紹介したフォトモードの機能群なんですけれども、まあ簡単に言うと、開発中のものというか検証中のものでまだ見せてはいけないものというか実装確定でいいよねってなってないものが、混じっておりました。
I guess there was a certain feature in the photo mode that wasn't
はい、
fully decided to be in the release of the game yet. So I guess it is still some feature they were testing that appeared.
素で怒られまして、
And he was kind of scolded afterward for having that shown.
はい。
But yeah, I guess there was a certain feature that
ちゃんと、フォトモードについて、
はい、
お話をさせていただければと思います。フォトモードの機能ですけれども、バトルをしながら、スキルを出しながら、フォトを撮るっていうのは、以前とお話しした通り、可能となっております。で、その時にバトルの上に、フォトモードの機能が乗っかっている形になりますので、スキルを、使うことは可能なんですけれども、スキルにはそれぞれインターバルがありますし、あとは
so he's talking about using like the skills in the photo mode, and he said that will be possible to do, but there's an interval between using the skills.
バトルビルドでセットしていないスキルはフォトモードでも使うことができません。はい、というのはフォトモードをしながら敵を倒すことが可能なので、その辺が無制限になってしまうと、まあスキル使い放題みたいな感じで全然こう余裕で。
Oh, so I guess there was a like you can use kind of like the photo mode, like like skills inside the photo mode, like even like with like enemies around or something, and if an enemy is there, you'd be able to like use skills like infinitely, and it would be a problem. Yeah, so they made a skill kind of like interval with the photo mode skills. So and Chimoka kind of let this slip. It wasn't me, but you can stop the skills while using them. But so for gestures you can stop, but oh, but I don't think you'll be able to stop the skills here. Okay, so but you can stop the gestures partway through, but the skills kind of are associated with the battles as well, so you won't be able to stop the skills.
前回僕が止めているかのようにしていたのは、あれスペルキャスターの
そもそもね、
アルティメットがグラウンドターゲットでターゲットを探してから撃つというものなんで。
And last time it looked like I was kind of stopping the skill as well, but that has to do with the spellcaster when they're casting the spell. their ultimate skill, you need to target the ground. So while choosing the target,
ボタンを押してる間はそのこういうモーション
while waiting for the target to be chosen, it's doing that
これ
animation.
がフォトモードの仕様となっております。
So this is
え
yeah, clearing up some things about the
前
photo
回
mode.
紹介しなかった機能を改めて
機
ご紹
能があ
介
りすぎて
していきたいと
っていうやつ
思い
ですね
まして、
はい
実機の方お願いします。
So there's another feature that we didn't get to show before, so we're going to show that.
メンバーなど、一定の条件下において、他のプレイヤーの分身体をフォトモード内に作成し、その場にいなくなったとしても、スクリーンショットに入ってもらうということができます。
So you can create a copy of another player inside the photo mode. So even if they were to leave the area, you can still be with them in your photo mode.
これね、ただ今何言ってるか全然分かんなかったでしょ。
Probably like when we're saying this, a lot of people may not understand what we're saying, but
すごく
むずいのよ。
難しいです。
it's kind of a little difficult to describe. So we're going to show it
お願いします。
here.
で最中にフォトモードに入ります。
So
となると、
we're going to have everyone.
鈴木さんと下岡さんがエモートをしたのが、ループで再生されます。で、このループで再生している
So we have them joined in the photo mode here, and they're playing their
ここで止めたり
gestures, and we can have it stopped or play.
ここで止めたりとかして、
はい
自分はどうしようかな。ジャンプしよう。ジャンプ
You can also do a jump or like gestures for oneself.
これ皆さん分かります？ちょっと今だから
僕
鈴木さんの画面にしてもらっていいですか？
So does everyone understand here?
もはや福崎さんの画面の中にもういないんですよ。福崎さんの画面
So
の
he
中にだけ俺の
he left that area, but you're still able to take a picture with him there.
まあいわば記念写真をあるじゃないですか。みんなで記念写真撮ったら一人
So you like want to take a picture with everyone in the area or something like that.
コントロールができるってことなんですか。
So you'd be able to like keep them like kind of frozen in your photo mode.
ちょっと待ってくださいね。今ちょっと変な感じになっちゃった。一回こういうところで止めますよと。まあ他のキャラ関係なくなっちゃったけど、こんな感じで撮れます。
And also you can like stop your poses or have the other players that were there
っていう状態
still
で
there
普通に
inside your photos.
でそれぞれ
ワールドね。いいかわかんないけど。そうだから
こっちか動きで首だったり目線だったりをカメラに向けたりとか
目線
そういうのも
コントロールとかね。
You also have the where they're facing and whatnot adjusted as
さ
well.
すがに分身体なので分身体自体の位置とかは移動できないんですよ。ただ位置とかは移動できないんですけど、モーションをその分身体が取ってる場合はそのモーションの再生ができたり。
So you can kind of like the clones you have there. The gestures will be kind of on repeat, and you can stop that, but you won't be able to move their
今
locations.
メニューにちょっと見えてると思うんですけど、自分を入れて全部で11人まで、
ここが
You know,
ねはい
はい、ということなので、皆さんでね、
up to I think 11 players total, with yourself included.
基本的にですね、関係性のある方がこのリストに出るようになっている。
そうそう、今回ね、この3人は
チームに入っている。
So if you're like in a team, the people like inside your team and associated with you will appear on the photo mode.
状態が条件になっていまして、例えば街行く人が全員ここに移るのかっていうとそうではありません。
So it's not like
感じでした。
clones of everyone inside the town.
というところで、フォトモードの補足を入れましたので、ついでにの機能紹介ですを、させていただければと思っております。はい、シアターですかね。はい、
Sort of
はい、じゃあ
theater
鈴木さんの
はい、僕の画面を
feature.
見せてください。冒険手帳のですね、このシアター
So inside your adventurer handbook,
すでに見たデモシーンを再度見れる機
so you
能とい
can
うものを
rewatch
追加させていただきます。
videos and whatnot you've already seen in the game.
CT の時のご要望が多くて、実装検討させていただいて、実施しました。で、これは過去見たことがあるデモシーンを見ることができるという機能なんですが、そこに登場する自分のキャラクターは今の、衣装や外見で、
Oh, and
再生をされるという
when
形になり
you
ますので、
replay these movies, your character will appear in their current clothing inside the movie.
新しい衣装を手に入れた。
So if you got like new clothing or something you want to take a look out, take a look inside the video, you could do that.
過去見たデモを、今のキャラクターで見るとね、っていうことができるようにはなっております。
素晴らしいということで、小ネタ。
ネタ挟みつつ、
まあ小ネタと言いつつ、まあまあ結構ね。
はい。まあ入れるのはそれなりに大変な
ことではあるんですけれど。
So these were small, so a few little features, but it did take development time. Yeah.
はい、では次はこちらです。はい、プラグ装着ですね。はい、では
flag
はい、プラグ装着なんですけれども、
Equipment?
CBT にあった癒着という機能を、変更した内容となります。
Oh, maybe fragment or something?
プラグ装着からちょっと説明すると分かりにくいので、先にちょっと
So they had like a synthesis feature before in the closed beta test, but they kind of changed that, I guess.
説明します。スライドお願いします。武器のクラフト時に、大成功の概念がありまして、大成功すると武器の特攻値と、ソケット数が増加します。で、このソケットを使って武器の能力を向上させるのがプラグ装着となっています。
So when crafting a weapon, you have these sockets where you can add additional like features and whatnot to it. But if you get like a critical success when crafting it, you can get additional sockets or special like abilities or like powers and whatnot inside the weapon.
はい、次お願いします。CBT の時は、癒着という機能で、バトルイマジンを武器に癒着する仕組み。
So in the closed beta test, you would put your battle imagine or was it echoes as they are called now inside of your weapon. But now they have this. I don't know. Oh, it's a plug. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. So you had to plug this plug feature, and you plug it in to your weapon, I guess.
パラメータ装備した時にパラメータアップの効果だったりとか、スキルとして、発動している効果があるんですけれども、そういうバトルに使う効果があるために、いわゆるちょっとそれを
So and about the effects of the plugs. So when equipping it, there's was it ability value from 1 star to 5 stars. And it can raise certain statuses. And it can improve certain skills.
消費して、武器に、素材として武器を強くするってことにちょっと抵抗がやっぱりあったっていう部分と、バトルイマジンもクラフトで制作を行うので、この武器強くしたいな、癒着で強くしたいなと思った時にバトルイマジンを、作るところから始めるっていうのが、ちょっとハードルが高い。時間かかる。
So I guess one of the problem with the Battle Imagine or Echo attaching to weapons before is you'd have to craft the weapon, but then to make these echoes, you would also have to craft these as well as a separate thing. So if you wanted to start improving the weapon, you'd have to kind of go through another hurdle. So they wanted, I guess, maybe to make it a little bit easier. So they have this like separate specialized item as a plug now to attach to weapons.
で、プラグによって、特定の生殺が向上したり、特定のスキルが、強くなったりっていう、はい、そういったプラグが、用意されています。
特定ステータスとか特定スキル、やっぱり難しいミッションに行くとき、僕ら今やってるじゃないですか。ちょうど
What he's talking about. So improving certain statuses or skills. So for example, like when you're going to a difficult mission like we are doing right now.
最高難易度のコンテンツやろうぜって僕らやってるんですけど、まあ最初失敗するんで。
So like when you're doing the difficult content, it can be kind of hard and fail initially. So getting these plugs can be important for improving your weapon to be able to get through some of the harder missions.
僕らが下手くそなのもあると思うんですけど、
あとちょっとがね。
It just we were so close, but yeah, I guess maybe we were not like good at the game, but yeah, we're so close.
もうちょっとみたいなところあるんで、はい。で今コメントで書きましたね。課金だなって。ああ、なるほど。
Some people are saying, is this monetization?
なるほど。プラグ周りでの まあ、いわゆる販売物というものは存在するんですけど、プラグを売るということはないですね。
So we're not going to be selling the plugs themselves in
そのものは
the game.
ミッション報
ミッション報
はい
酬と、まあ、あとアドベンチャーボードとかね
そうですね。アドベンチャーボード
So
とか
in
イベント
you can get them from missions or from like your adventure board
いろんなところで手に入るようになって
to be able to get them in various locations in the game.
はい、それでは次に参りましょう。次はこちらです。チーム。
So team.
こちらは前回お伝えした、ギルドのような
So this is like a guild feature for the game.
と思います。ブルプロではチームと呼んでおりますが、こちら前回放送からの補足の内容となっております。
I'm gonna be adding some more information about this.
チームの話を前回させていただいたんですけども、ちょっとそれをもとに例えば、ツイッターとかで、チームの募集とかが、行われてまして、ありがたく思ってるんですけれども、まあ、その
So
中で
like after the last like broadcast, we talked about this guild feature called teams, and after that, people like on Twitter and whatnot started calling forth saying they wanted to make like a team, asking for players to join them and whatnot.
チー
But
ムって結局どういうもんなのっていうもうちょっと細かいところが
but we didn't really talk in depth about teams, so we'd like to do that
ち
first.
ょっと改めて、細かいところまで、ちゃんと説明させていただければと思います。チームはですね、ゲームを一定まで進めると、設立できるようになります。
So after you make it at a certain point in the game, you'll be able to make a
そん
team.
なに遠くはないですね。
ネットワークテストの範疇内でも、はい、チームを組めることになります。
So you'll be able to do it with
チーム
sign
への加入
within the
は
network
レベル
test
などの制限は
network
特に
test as well.
ありません。チームに加入申請または、チームに入っている側から、勧誘されることで、チームに入ることができます。で、今回、の、環境で僕ら3人が作っているキャラクターは同じチームに入っております。
So we're currently in the same team.
見えたと思うんですけども、称号の脇ですねに、ブルプロっていうマークがついてると思うんですけども、それが同じチームにブルプロっていうチームに所属しているよっていうマークになっております。で、所属できるチームは一つのみとなってお
So you
り
can
ます。
be only inside one
スラ
team.
イドの方お願いします。はい。で、チームにはランクがありま
And
し
there's a
て、
team rank.
チームメンバーがエネミーを倒したり、採集をしたりクラフトしたり、つまり、
So when team members defeat enemies or do crafting and things like that,
通常のゲームプレイをすることで、チームの経験値がたまりまして、
through like normal gameplay, your team experience
が一定値に達するとチームランクが上がります。でチームランク
go
が
up
上がると
and team rank will go up.
人数を増やすことができます。
And by doing that, you can increase, for example, like right here, the number of members inside your team. At rank 2, you can have up to 25, then 30, 35, 40, 45.
で、チームに関してなんですけれども、現在は、仲のいいメンバーでグループを組んでもらう、専用のチームチャットがあるっていう形で、あくまでコミュニケーションの、機能となっております。
So it's
チームメンバーを
only really acting as a communication feature currently where you can kind of chat with people that you're close with.
限定した、専用のコンテンツなどは、サービス開始時点ではありません。
So at the release, there won't be any specific features in the game limited to teams.
その後のアップデートではチームメンバーで活動することを目的とした検討飛んだら、チームメンバーで活動することを目的としたコンテンツを、検討はしています。
So yeah, they're thinking about features for these teams to be added to the game in the future though.
詳細はまだ
But nothing decided
ではないの
yet.
で言えませんが、検討は行っております。で、
Okay, so if some people are asking, so that's a guild or team? Yeah, so yeah, this is the guild or team feature. So I guess they call it team in here, but it's basically like a guild. So you can form a group with like members you get along with or like friends and whatnot and have a chat that you can use with each other. And there might be features in the future for these teams.
メンバーに権限を割り振ったりとか、メンバーの除名、チームリーダーが長期ログインしなかった場合の、自動権限移譲、あとは、メンバーがチームリーダーのみにならないと、チームの解散ができないだったんですけれども、いわゆるチームリーダーが、メンバーに権限を割り振ったりとか、
So like, what is this? He's talking about giving like permissions to, I guess, like team members and whatnot.
なんとも本決まりではないので、言えませんが、検討は行っております。で、サービスイン時点での、チームの機能ですけれども、いわゆるこう、チームリーダーが、メンバーに権限を割り振ったりとか、メンバーの除名、チームリーダーが長期ログインしなかった場合の、自動権限以上、あとは、
So yeah, they have a few features at launch where you could maybe like raise the rank of like a team member or whatnot. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll have like different levels or like permissions for things they can do. And if like the team leader or whatnot doesn't log on for a long amount of time, they'll have like an automatic like upgrade feature to give like permission to a different member.
メンバーがチームリーダーのみにならないと、チームの解散ができないだったり、あとは解散除名だったりなどの場合の、インターバルだったりとか、そういう、基本的な、機能は、サービスに
So it'll have like some of these like basic features in it at launch.
ですので、チームに関してはまだなんだろう、ふわっとコミュニケーションするための機能として、捉えていただければと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
So just think of it mostly kind of as like a chat feature, like a chat group at the beginning.
私もありますので
そうなんですか。
そこは大丈夫。だってすごい書いてあるんだもん。
あ、コメントですか？
そうそう、コメント今見てたら、
はい。
まずね、
一人チームができるのかとかですかね。一人チーム
コミュニケーションを取りたいっていうのはあるから、チームもまあちゃんとあるんですけど、やっぱそれでさ、なんかそこに全部縛られていくみたいなことではないんで、そこはちょっと安心してほしいかなと思いました。はい。じゃあ次いきます。
では次に参りまし
So
ょう。
even if you're in a team, you're not just limited just chatting with people in your own team. You can talk with other people in the game, so don't worry about that. So he's going to talk about attribute bursts or like the elemental bursts.
結構、CBT から変更点が多い部分でもありますので、
We have quite a few changes since the closed beta test, so we would like to talk about this.
スライドの方をお願いします。本作では、CBT の時と変わらず、6つの属性があります。その属性でエネミーを攻撃する、または、プレイヤー側もそう。
So there's 6 different attributes in the game. You have fire, ice, lightning, earth, light, and darkness. And these all have different effects on what they can do to enemies. So fire will slowly decrease enemies' health. Ice will decrease movement speed. Lightning will occasionally stun enemies, I think, or like stop their movement. Earth will increase damage taken. Light will decrease damage dealt by the enemy. And darkness can cause enemies to miss.
そうですね。攻撃を受けると、属性やられという状態になります。で、以前は、属性ゲージみたいなものがなかったので、ちょっと分かりにくかったんですけれども。
So before there wasn't an attribute gauge, so it was kind of difficult to see what was happening.
それによってレベル1、レベル2、
So there's like a level 1, 2, and then a burst.
属性やられレベル1、レベル2時の効果は、こんな感じとなっております。
So level 1 and level 2 effects are these.
これね、だからこれね、
And you can see the gauge below the enemy. So this is the like a tribute building up.
だからプレイヤーもなるんですよね。
プレイヤーもなります。はい。
で、今は対象がエネミーの状態
Yeah,
だ
so
から。
Earth lowers the like enemies. Was it?
増加っていうと、プレイヤーが
Yeah, so lowers like
エネミ
enemies
ーのダメー
defense.
ジが大きくなる。はい。攻撃力アップ的なね。
この書き方的に立ち位置で変わるんで難しいんですよね。
で、余ダメージ減少っていうのは敵の攻撃してくるダメージが弱くなるってことなんで、それがまあこっちがそのやられ状態になると、そう敵に与えることができるダメージが変わるっていうことなんで、まあ簡単に言うと、防御力アップ、防御ダウンみたいな。っていう理解でいいですか？と
いうことでざっくり言うとそういうことです。
Like he's kind of explaining yeah, the earth and lightning, because I guess I mean the earth and light, because it can be kind of confusing when reading it. But
正確に言うとこうなんだ。これ正確に
so officially, this is what it says. But yeah, if you were to be a little bit more, I don't know, casual about it, yeah. So like this would like decrease the enemy's defense, and this is like decreases their attack, basically.
そういった属性やられがレベル1、レベル2があります。で、さらに
レベル3になると、
レベル3になると、はい、次のページお願いします。はい、属性バースト状態となります。で、まず属性バースト状態になった段階で、
So these are attribute bursts.
一度小ダメージが入ったりとかちょっとあるんですけども、まず氷と土に関しては、凍ったりとかで、敵の動きが、停止します。
So for ice and earth, when you get an tribute burst, it like freezes them or like locks them in. So I guess the earth maybe will like petrify them or something.
関しては敵の動きは停止はしないです。一度ダウンはしますね。はい。はい。っていう状態になります。で、属性バースト状態だと、下にバースト状態になった段階で、一度小ダメージが入ったりとかちょっとあるんですけども、まず氷と土に関しては、凍ったりとかで、敵の動きが、停止します。他の4属性に関しては敵の動きは停止はしないです。一度ダウンはしますね。はい。はい。
Okay, so yeah, and as for the other attribute bursts, it won't stop the enemy's movement. They will go down for a moment, but
で、属性バースト状態だと、下に、青いゲージ、属性蓄積ゲージが青いゲージになったのが、見てもらえると思うんですけども、そこに、さらにちょっとメモリがありまして、そうですね、
5段階ですか。はい。
So with this attribute burst gauge, if you look down here, there's additional things here that go up to 5 different levels.
この属性バースト状態の時に、攻撃を、どんどん積み重ねてダメージを蓄積していくと、白いメモリのレベルがどんどん上がっていきまして、最終的な、バーストフィニッシュの時の、
And there's a burst finisher feature that has now been added. So while the elemental or attribute burst is active, if you deal damage, this gauge will build up into the final finisher damage at the end.
攻撃力がアップしていきます。またこの際、この、属性バースト状態だと、バトルイマジンのダメージが属性蓄積値がアップしたりとか、はい、そういった機能もあります。で、その辺でレベルが上がったりとか、最初のレベルの1の段階でもバーストフィニッシュ自体は発生するので、この状態で一定時間が経過するとバーストフィニッシュになりまして、バーストフィニッシュ
Yeah, so once this attribute burst gauge appears, there'll be a certain amount of time you have to deal damage, and it seems like echoes you have will deal additional damage as well. And after a certain amount of time has passed, you'll turn to the attribute burst finisher.
の効果は特定ごとに異なります。で、その効果が、次のページです。はい、炎に関してはバーストフィニッシュの段階で大ダメージが与えられます。
All right, so and here we have, so as I talked about before, you have the tribute gauge, the tribute like a burst gauge, and it builds up. So you have the level 1 and level 2, and these just do like for fire damage or slowing the enemy or occasionally stunning them and whatnot. But the burst, the top over here is what the burst does. So when you get to the tribute burst, fire will do a large amount of damage. Ice will just do some damage. Electricity will do damage and a stun. Earth will do damage. I guess they all do damage, but so with light as well, it does damage, and then it gives regeneration to players around it. And darkness will do damage and also HP leak. I don't know what that is exactly, but maybe they're you'll heal or something. I'm not sure what the HP leak is exactly, but
バーストフィニッシュの段階のダメージ自体は、炎には及ばないですけど、ちょっと、ダメージが入る、爆発したダメージがあります。で、雷に関しては、ダメージを与えた上で、その上で、麻痺の状態以上をエネミーに、かけます。土に関しては、この状態で、
Alright, let me just jump back to the beginning so I can hear what he was saying there.
バーストフィニッシュの効果は特定ごとに異なります。で、その効果が、次のページです。はい、炎に関してはバーストフィニッシュの段階で大ダメージが与えられます。で、氷と土に関しては移動が停止しているので、そもそもその時点でダメージを与えやすいので、バーストフィニッシュの段階のダメージ自体は、炎には及ばないですけど、ちょっと、ダメージが入る、爆発したダメージがあります。
Okay, and what he was saying here is that for fire, you do a large amount of damage when the burst finisher occurs. But with ice and earth, the enemy is not able to move, so it makes it easier to deal damage. So while their burst doesn't do as much damage, you'll be able to do more damage while they're kind of frozen in place.
で雷に関しては、ダメージを与えた上でその上で、麻痺の状態以上をエネミーに、かけます。で光がですね、ダメージで爆発して
And for electricity, on top of the damage here, you'll get the paralysis, or like the stun kind of
そ
thing.
の時エネミーの周囲のプレイヤーにリジェネのバフがかか
Yeah,
り
and
ます。
as I said before, with light, you get regeneration on players around.
ダメージを与えた上でエネミーがヒットポイントリーク状態になります。で
HP リークってなんですか？
So what is HP leak?
HP リークっていうのがちょっと聞き慣れない単語だと思う、正式用語なんですけど単語だと思うんですけども、簡単に言うと HP リーク状態の、エネミーを殴ると、ドレインが発生します。ヒットポイントの吸収効果が発生します。
回復する
っていう状態。
プレイヤーが受けてるときはエネミーに HP を吸われるわけですね。
そうです。
この間だからさ
Okay, so the HP leak is like a debuff. So when it's on an enemy and you hit them, you drain health from them.
あとみんなでプレイしてる時にだからプレイヤーである自分がこうあとちょっとで敵倒せるよねっていう時に HP リークになっちゃって敵に攻撃されて敵回復しちゃって
So in reverse, if you get HP leak on yourself and an enemy starts attacking you, they can start healing up.
はい。これ結構やっぱ受けてる時もきついもん。
Yeah, so it's like a leech kind of feature. It's like a leech debuff.
は動けなく。
そうだねカパッと
自分
固まっちゃう
自分が動けなくなるんで、その間にそのボスのすげえ強い攻撃が来て避けれねえとかがやっぱ出たり、殴ってっつって、あで今山尾ヒント言っちゃいましたけど、
はい、ちょっとしたこれもちょっと細かい実装ではあるんですけども、土や自分、プレイヤーが土や氷バースと土バースを食らって動けなくなった状態の時に、味方のプレイヤーからの攻撃が当たるようになりまして、それで、氷を払ったり土を払ったりとかして、その、バースト状態を、早く、脱出することができるっていう。
Okay, so players can also come under the effects of these elemental bursts. So if like a player were to be come under the effect of ice or earth elemental burst, they could be frozen in place like that. But as a additional feature, they also have a way if a fellow player or a fellow party member were to like be frozen in ice or something like that, you could attack the ice to get them outside of it faster.
はい、ちょっとした機能を入れてあります。で、属性ではないんですけど、あと、睡眠の状態上ですね、他のプレイヤーが寝た時に、そのプレイヤーに対してインタラクトをすると、はい、起こしてあげることができるといった機能も、はい、実装
And also they have a feature if a fellow party member is put under the sleep debuff, you can interact with them to wake them up.
しております。はい、昔あれですね、一回ちゃんとモーションしてビンタしてたりとかしてた。
あそれ言うんです
起こすタイミング
はい、寝ちゃってるキャラにインタラクトしたらビンタするの面白くないみたいな。
In the past, they were talking about like having like a feature where you could like slap a character awake if they were asleep, but maybe they took that out.
基的なこと
起きる。
コミカルすぎましたね。さすがに
はい、あ今はビンタしないですよ。
But yeah, they don't have that in it anymore, but they thought it would be interesting initially.
バースの、機能でした。で、ちょっと後ほど、パーティープレイをお見せするんですけども、その時にバースをできたらいいなとは思ってるんですけども。
So we're gonna show some party
ごめんなさい。
play in a moment, so we're gonna hope to get elemental bursts, but we'll see.
でもまたミッションか。
Yeah, they should have left it in. It would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
狙っていかないと、まあ上位のところは難しかったりするんで、ちょっと属性合わせて。
So with these elemental bursts, if you're not kind of like working together, aiming to get it, it can be kind of difficult to get. So you kind of want to work with other party members to have the same elemental or like attribute build up.
なんですかね、戦闘のメリハリというか、今何する時間みたいなのが結構はっきり。
まああとバーストした時盛り上がるよね
And when you get like one of those tribute bursts like that,
レベルがあるからね
it's really it's a exciting part of the game.
前はバーストした瞬間にボーンって爆発したんですけど、なんであそこの待機状態でより殴ったら、レベル上がるってより、攻撃力が上がるよねみたいな要素を入れたかというと、まあ明確にチャンスタイムなんですよね。
So it's kind of like a chance window or like a special window where you can get like a big amount of damage in. So when you get like that burst, everyone just wants to beat on the enemy.
それは前回の ブルプロ通信で言ったパーティーチェインとかも一緒で、なんだろうな、パーティーを組んだ時に自分のクラスがこうだから自分のロールがこうだからどういうふうに貢献するのがいいんだろうみたいなところはやっぱりあって、例えばタンクのロールだとやっぱり盾を、敵の攻撃を引き受けたりとか、バフのロールだからヒーラーのロールだから回復しなきゃバフしなきゃっていう部分もあるんですけど。
So when forming like a party, a lot of times you need to like you're thinking about like what your role is. So as like a tank, you have a shield and you want to defend, or as a keen strider, something you want to be like healing or something like that, doing support. But
少なからずパーティーチェインだったりこういう属性バーストがある段階で最低でも殴ってさえいればメンバーの役に立ってるんだよ。
but aside from that, just being in a party itself, having the party chain feature and also this elemental tribute burst feature as well, just being just attacking can help contribute to your party's success.
そういうこうざっくりした事前にパーティーを組んでコミュニケーションを取ってパーティーを組んでる分だとなんだろう、そうこういうことやるよねっていうのをすり合わせられるんですけど、マッチングで野良の6人が集まった時にやっぱりそこまで緻密な
So like if you're in like a pickup group or something and it's like a random group of players, you can have even some success just from like these basic features, the party chain and other things, just from like attacking.
だからね、こう協力がアドリブ的にできるっていうのがね、そう楽しい状況になるということですね。
はい。では大丈夫ですか。はい。それでは次に参りましょう。次はこちらです。報酬プラスとなります。
So additional rewards
はい、こちらなんですけ
or
ど、
like plus
お願いし
rewards,
ます。
Hoshu
で
plus.
すね、ミッションにはそもそも、通常報酬が設定されていて、その他、初回攻略報酬だったりっていうのもあるんですけれども、
So inside missions, you have like the basic reward for doing it, but there's also like additional or like special reward.
報酬プラスというものが、設定されているミッションがあります。で、報酬プラスを使うとミッションの攻略時に、まあ、本当にリザルトの時ですねに、通常の報酬に加えて、より多くの報酬を獲得できる仕組みとなっております。で、報酬プラスは1日に1回、特定の時間に受け取り回数が3回復して、最大で10まで貯めることができます。
So what was it here? Let me jump back a moment.
の攻略時に、まあ、本当にリザルトの時ですねに、通常の報酬に加えて、より多くの報酬を
So yeah, at the end of the mission, you could get like this extra reward by I think using one of these Hoshu plus like tickets or something.
を獲得できる仕組みとなっております。で、報酬プラスは1日に1回、特定の時間に受け取り回数が3回復して、最大で10まで貯めることが
So once a day, you're able to get like the ticket, and you're able to have up to was it like 10 of them?
報酬をプラスする、まあ、クリアした時に報酬を増やすためのものができる仕組みとなっております。で、報酬プラスは1日に1回、
So once a day,
特定の時間に受け取り回数が3回復して、
and you can be able to get like I think 3 of them or something,
最大で10まで貯める
and you can have up to 10 of them.
で、あくまで、報酬をプラスする、まあ、クリアした時に報酬を増やすためのものなので、1日あたりのなんだろうミッションの入場回数で制限がかかっているわけでもないですし、ない時は普通に通常の報酬を獲得することができ
So
ま
it's
す。
just a way to get like some additional rewards from like these missions.
まあ後でちょっと若干マネタイズはやっぱりどうしても絡むんですね。本当に効率的にプレイしたい方は報酬プラスを追加で、購入していただくっていうのも
So this is also part of monetization, so you could buy more of them if needed.
に入るかと思うんですけれども、むしろですねこれ、強いので、報酬プラスの、購入回数にもむしろ逆に制限がかかっている。
But it's pretty strong, so we put a limit on how many of these you can buy as well.
ひたすらお金を突っ込んで、
So if you were just like always buying this, you get like the best thing, it would.
効率ではむしろ逆にできないように制限をかけているっていう機能に
珍しいこと。
なっております。
Yeah, so they actually put a limit on how many of these you can buy.
こういうのを入れた意図として
You can enter without a ticket. So if you enter without the ticket, you get the basic rewards, but if you use a ticket, you get additional rewards at the end.
いい意味でのちょっとノルマ的な ところを作りたかったっていうのがあって、まあ、例えば仕事終わった後とかにログインして、10週20週とかはやっぱり結構きついんですけど、報酬プラスが溜まってる分を、消化したら、なんだろう、まあ、最前線にとは言わないですけど、レベルアップだったりとか素材集めのところに、ついていけるようになるっていうところを、目指して、作っています。だからもちろん追加で購入すれば時短なんですけど、逆に言うと、プレイ時間が足りない人に対して、より底上げするための機能っていう認識でいます。
So you also can get some of these, I guess. I think like every day you get like a few of these for free. So for some players that just have a little bit of time each day, being able to use these, like a couple of these each day, gives you some extra rewards compared to other players that would maybe be going in without the tickets afterwards for a long amount of time. So it gives you kind of little bursts at the beginning for when you have the tickets.
ですので、報酬プラスを5両に買わないと全然なんだろう、追っつかないんでしょうとか素材集まらないんでしょうっていう風なのを、意図して、バランス調整はしてないです。
And they're balancing it so you don't need to have these tickets to be able to get a good amount of rewards.
で、楽しんでいただいて、それが切れても普通にミッションはいけるってことですよね。
But even if you're out of tickets, you can still go through the mission normally.
友達の手伝いとか、いろんなケースでも普通に発生しますので、まあそれは普通に回数の制限とかは別にないというものとなっております。
わかりました。ということで次行ってみましょう。
はい、それでは次に参ります。次はこちらです。
きた。
はい、今すぐパーティーと連綿の塔となります。
So quick party and then the Renmen. I need to. So Renmen Tower. I guess was like unbroken or continuous, the unending tower. Is that like just like an infinite like tower or something?
はい。
We'll have to see what that's about.
ではですね、まずちょっと、実機の方お願いします。まず今すぐパーティーの方をお見せしようと思います。はい。で、
Yeah, Endless Tower.
けども、パーティーメニューの右上に、こういう、スイッチがありまして、これをオンにすると近くの今すぐパーティーをオンにしている、プレイヤーと、自動的にパーティーを組んでくれる機能となります。まあ、ちょっと組んじゃいましょうか。
So it's like this quick party feature, and if you turn it on, I guess if there's other people that also have it on around you, you form a party.
機能なんですよ。
で、ちょっと、マッチングというか時間かかるんですけども、あれ来ないね。あ、来た。はい、来た。はい。
Oh, there we go. So I guess, yeah, other players that also have that turned on, you can form a party with.
で、まあ、簡単に言うと本当に簡易的なマッチングですね。お互いパーティーを組みたいよねって言ってる人が出すマッチングとなっております。で、なんでこういうのを入れたかというと、ブループロトコルってパーティーを組むことに、なんですかね、メリットしかない。
So the reason we have this because in Blue Protocol, being in a party is just nothing but good things. So you have the party chain, you have like you can share drops and everything. So normally it's best to kind of like travel around in a party when doing things.
人がいれば、まあ、当然討伐速度も速くなってよりネームドを沸かせることもできますので、この辺をちょっと機能を使ってパーティー組んでみることを試していただきたいと思っております。で、ちょっとパーティーの話をちょっとマッチングというかパーティーの組み方の話をちょっと、一通り説明したいと思いますので、スライドの方をお願いします。
I'm gonna talk about how to form a party and whatnot.
はい、ブループロトコルのパーティーの組み方は何パターンかありまして、まあ、一つ
So there's a number of different ways to form parties here. So I guess direct like invitation or adding a player. You can interact with the player. You can have your adventurer card, a friend list, a team member list, or a character search. So this is for like friends or teams or person you already had communication with. So I guess if you have like somebody in a friend list or somebody in your same team, then you can add them to your party and whatnot. And then there's matching here. So from the command menu mission. So I guess if you just go like to the mission thing, it'll match you up with other players. So 同じミッションに行きたい人と会員にパーティーを組む。So it's an easy way to form a party with players that want to go to the same mission as you. But there's no way to limit what class you're looking for. And there's no free chat inside the mission this way. You only can use stamps and set phrases. And when the mission ends, you will not remain as a party. Matching a party. But I guess if you like do a party request while matching, you can stay with your party members. And also it's possible to join a mission partway through. But it's not able to be used for the story missions. And then this is the quick party feature. So you go to the command menu and go party, and you turn on the quick party. And this is, you join a party with other players that have it on around you. That's what we just saw. And then the last one, the party recruitment list. So you go to the party, from the menu, you go to party, and party, the recruitment list, or mission recruitment list. And you can search for, I guess you can put out a request for players. I can think it's like a looking for group feature kind of thing. Or you can join somebody's like a list. So this is for players that want to look at joining a party or something. And you want to keep your party when going through the mission or like after it and whatnot. Or have a certain class or battle score or certain things you want to look for in party members. So you can look for certain conditions for the party members you want. And also it's possible to have a filter where only people that have your recruitment ID are able to see it.
キャラクターのインタラクトだったりとか、冒険者カード経由、フレンドリストでチームメンバー、キャラクターサーチからの、
So it's
経由ですね。特徴としては
most of the basic things, right?
フレンドだったりチームだったり、すでにコミュニティがある方はもうそっちの方から、直接誘っていただけるのが一番早いかなと思ってます。で、2つ目が、マッチングですね。いわゆるノラマッチング。
Yes.
行きたいミッションに対して、
Matching, so just like random players is the matching feature.
同じミッションに行きたい人と、そのミッションの中で簡易的にパーティーを組み、
So just an easy way to party up for a mission or like a dungeon or something.
基本的に募集クラスの指定はできませんし、ミッションを、攻略し終わった後、例えば、ゲームオーバーの後でもいいですし、クリアしたリザルトの後は、元のパーティー状態には戻らない。
But if you cleared the mission or even failed it, you would
ただマッチングに対して、
leave your party.
数のパーティーで、申請した後はパーティーが維持されますし、6人パーティー組んでから行った分は6人パーティーがそのまま維持されて戻ってきます。で、そのパーティーに、何らかしら、不良の事態があって、欠員が出た場合、ミッション途中で欠員が出た場合に、ソロでマッチングした人たちがそこに合流をすることが可能となっております。
For somebody to leave like your group or like your party during like one of these missions or something, you could have like a solo player join you partway through.
そういったところもありますので、使用不可とさせていただいております。はい。で、3つ目が今すぐパーティーですね。で、今すぐパーティーをオンにして、
And this quick party is the one we just saw a moment ago.
これが一番ちょっと簡易的なマッチング。そうですね。はい。逆に言うと何も選べない状態で、とりあえず今すぐパーティーをオンにしてる人だけが組むので、レベルもバラバラ、やりたいこともバラバラのこともあるかもしれない。
And it's kind of, you don't really know who you're going to get with this quick party feature. It could be a variety of different levels, people wanting to do different things. But maybe like you're in a field area and you think like people around you are doing kind of like the same different like quest or something like that, or doing similar things. You could turn on this feature and maybe look for people around you in the area. So it's kind of useful in the field areas when you're like all doing kind of the same thing with the people around you.
で、最後がパーティー募集リストでして、まあ、これ CBT にもあったんですけども、
そう実はあったん
はい、
ちょっとね、目立たなかった。
はい。まあ、目的別で、こういうパーティーを組みたいですっていう募集を出して、それに、
Yeah, so what this last feature is you can put out like a request looking for certain types of players or like maybe certain type of content.
はい、パーティー募集リストなんですが、
So about this recruitment list feature.
こっちになっているんで、ちょっとここが奥まったところにあるんですが、今回はこのミッションのところから各ミッションのところからもこの募集リストにまあフィルターされたような形ですかね。恐竜の爪痕行きたい。
So for like each of the missions as well, you could do a separate.
行きたい募集リストがまあ出る。
You can look at like separate recruitment lists. So yeah, this is like a looking for group feature. And what do you have things like where you're going, undecided, quest, field, named enemy, event. You can have tags for what you would like to be doing. So collecting items, leveling, serious, I don't know, like taking down like dungeons, like seriously, first time doing like a content or something. So just open recruitment, free talk. What are things? Funiki no tagu, so atmosphere tags. Want help, want to give help to somebody. Free to freely join until we clear it. So I guess welcome to newbies or things like that. No new players. So I guess you can put on like different types of tags. So like you're open to new players, you want to help players, you want to get help, things like that. And there's also other things here. You have like you can recruit anybody, only friends or teams, and you have a battle score. So you could put like a level of the battle score, or maybe even, I don't know, it's like a class thing you can do as well. So a lot of different tags and things you can do. I'll say like practice or just surveying area or something like that. You can also, if you take out all the tags here, you can have it only people that have your like recruitment like ID can see it. So it's kind of like a hidden recruitment you can do. You can set a limit on the battle score, only people above that. Oh, you can like set what types of classes you want. Yeah, that is nice. And you can leave a comment as well. And like that, you can like join somebody's thing.
そういった機能があります。で、先ほどのマッチング4種の中で、いわゆるマッチング
They talked about the professions in the last live stream. It's basically what I covered in my own video on the classes. They haven't talked any additional information in this stream.
ミッションのマッチングの機能だけすごくちょっと特殊というか、本当にミッションの時だけ簡易的に組んで、まあ終わったら解散しましょうっていう簡易マッチングなので、マッチングでミッションに行った時は、フリーチャットができません。CBT の時と同等です。で、逆にそれ以外の方法でパーティーを組んでから、ミッションに行った方は、フリーチャットが可能となっております。
So with just like the matchmaking with random players, there isn't free chat, so you only can use like stamps or set phrases. But if you make a party or join a party beforehand, you're open to chat with players while doing the mission.
となっておりますっていうとこですね。はい、でなんでこういういろんなパーティーの組み方用意してるのっていうのがあるとは思うんですけども、どういう組み方するのが、この好みというか、
そうね、いろいろ
マッチングだけでいいよっていう
So the reason why we have so many different ways to form parties is that depending on the person, they may have preference on how they want to form a party. So
どういうのが主流になるだろうかっていうのがちょっと相当つきにくくて、
So it's kind of difficult to judge what would be like the most preferred way or the best way to do things. So we just gave a lot of different options.
あんまもうなんか難しいこと考えずにマッチングとりあえずやりたい、男女やりたいみたいな時もあれば、ちゃんと事前に相談して攻略をしたいみたいな時は、パーティー募集リストを使っていただくとか、はい、そういったことができるようにしているとですね、形ですね。
ちょっとこの辺はあれですね、どれぐらいどれが使われてるのみたいなところデータ取りながら、その先こう拡張していったりとかもあるかもしれませんが、ちょっといろんなやり方をできるようにしてありますという形になってます。はい、はい、で、パーティーの話でだいぶ使っちゃった。ですね、連盟の塔ですね。はい、はい、塔の話をします。まずちょっとパーティーを組まなければいけないので。
Alright, so next up is that unending tower.
6人パーティーでコンテンツには行こう。はい、
今すぐパーティーを今オンにします。はい、福崎の画面お願いします。はい、ちょっとパーティーを組み待ちな。
I'm kind of interested in what this is about. Maybe it's one of like the in-game content kind of things.
ラグがあるので、
伝えてから情報を割と早く。
So we're getting some other, I think, developers or something joining in.
そういうことでおそらくラグが出てるのかなと思いますが、その間にちょっと、説明をしておきたいと思います。連盟の塔ですが、ミッションの一つです。
So the unending tower is another mission.
でできています。で、一つの回ごとにお題が設定されていて、それを連盟の塔ですが、ミッションの一つです。で、塔という名前の通り、複数の階層でできています。
So as the name would suggest, it consists of multiple different floors.
で、一つの階ごとにお題が設定されていて、
So and each floor has its own task
それを
to
達
do.
成すると上の階に登れるコンテンツです。
And once you do that, you're able to move up to the next floor.
コンテンツとしては、お題だったりギミックだったり、戦うことももちろんあるんですけども、そういう機能に、よったものとなって。
So there can be like tasks or certain gimmicks or things to do to go up the floor.
犬がコメントで話題なので。はい、
People in the comments are talking about
だ
that.
ったりとか、設定された途中階まで到達した場合の報酬などが設定されております。犬がコメントで話題なので。はい、で初回攻略報酬だったりとか、設定された途中階まで到達した場合の報酬などが。
So there's some rewards for like first time clearing or making it to a certain point and things like that.
はい、じゃあ6人揃いましたので
いきますか。はい、連綿の塔、はい、ですね、お時間的にはまだ大丈夫なので、11回、今回行くのは20回まである塔なんですが、全部
So this current tower has up to 20 floors.
見せてしまうとちょっと皆様の楽しみを奪ってしまうことにもなってしまうので、11階に行くか死ぬか。
So we're gonna try to get to the, I think, the 11th floor or something.
というルールでやらせていただきたいと思います。
はい、では終わりで申請。はい。
So this is the first time we've seen this in the game.
それぞれの階層で
なんかちょっと時間かかってます。
なんか言わなきゃな。来てる。
There we go. So we got everyone here.
全員揃った。はい。
そうだ、間違った。はい。
はい。出演
So
者
the
以外
first floor.
は上の階層へのボタン触らないっていうルールになってます。
そうなんです。
そういうこと。
僕ら3人で触っていい。
はい。ここはエントランスなので何もないです。
This is the entrance, so there's nothing here currently.
誰かが触るとみんな、まあ、
If somebody touches it, everyone warps.
2階はエネミー殲滅。
So the first is, wiping out enemies here. They're doing the unending tower mission currently. So it's a tower with multiple floors, and each floor has its own tasks to do to be able to move on to the next floor. You can see the party gauge, party chain in the top left filling up. It's up to 200 right now, and it's giving some damage boost. And at certain points, you get party buffs and things as well from increasing that. So floor cleared.
で今誰かが触ったので飛んだ。
で、まあ、時間制限もあると、はい、グレーターゴブリンを狙う。でかいやつを狙い。
So you need to take out the greater goblin. And I think there's a time limit as well.
これが闇ですね。これが溜まっていくとさっきの、いわゆるリークになる。リーク覚えてますか皆さん？
でチェインボーナスがちょいちょい出てますね。
で基本的にこいつだけ倒せば
ミラーラレになってるので、キラキラとたまに
Just making sure it's displaying the best. Give me a moment here. Okay, there we
こい
go.
つだけって言っても俺の画面が映ってるだけ。
画面は適宜変えながらしていただいて、私の画面が多分
でクリアするとほぼ無視して誰かゴールに突っ込めば大丈夫。
So if you clear it, you just need somebody to go to the teleporter to move to the next area, next floor.
は殲滅ですね。で、
トゲトラップとかが出ます。
トラップとかがある。
And there's also traps here in this area.
終わりか？どうだね、やっぱ時間制限もあるんで、目標クリアしたら。
And there's a time limit, so once you clear something, you want to move quickly.
殲滅ですね。
喋れなくなっちゃう。
Said, well, they're so focused on the game, they don't know what to say.
練習が必要ですねこれ。
Need practice with speaking while playing.
じゃあ実況の人に来てもらってもいいかもしれない。
You need like a commentator or somebody to join us. Maybe I'll do my best to commentate since they're focused on what they're doing. So what do you have here? It's a heavy smasher going in. We can see the Spellweaver spell, the ice spell, the blizzard, I believe, hitting it multiple times. And we can see sign of the buildup of the tributes on it. Everyone's using, it looks like, electricity quite a bit on it.
見せれるものではないですね。
で、6回、5階層ごとに、まあ、いわゆるこう1回6回みたいな感じで1回休憩所が。
So there's rest points partway through, like after a certain number of floors. You can kind of heal back up and then keep moving forward.
なるって
見ようよ。無理だ見よう。
There's only so much time, so we need to keep moving.
いや本当実況できる人本当尊敬してるので。
本当です本当すごいと思う。
He's saying that a person that, like a live streamer, is really amazing to be able to talk while playing games. Wow, they really got a lot of AoE damage there, don't they? They get the Keen Strider attacking from the back. You can see their class mechanic gauge also filling up. That gives them a heal ability on the right click once that fills up.
ここは
Oh, this is like a narrow area, and they have one big ogre they need to take out.
どんどん解除されていく。
It's kind of blocked off with like enemies holding shields or something on the side. Oh, and more enemies popped out.
ウルト取った分だったみたいな。よしね。ウルトっつってた。アルティメット。
アルティメットね。
Oh, looks like who we have here currently. We have Shimooka, and he's using a controller, it looks like, as we can tell from the buttons.
ちなみに今エフェクト何も切ってないので、
はいよしよしよし素のまま
The effects, the visual effects can be adjusted in the settings. So you can turn off other players' effects or limit them or have only like beneficial effects to yourself displayed from other players. So there's a lot of different options. So take out all the enemies. So sometimes it's like take out all the enemies, or sometimes there's a certain specific enemy you need to take out. Oh, one player died. Shimooka got killed. What is there? Is there a timer before you can res then, it looks like? Or do you need to like res before then? Before the timer runs out? Need to stay focused, it looks like. Yeah, they're dying. They said they would try to get to the, I think, 11th floor or something. Is that the next floor? Maybe the next floor is where to stop. So yeah, this current tower, it says the Tower of Beginnings, and it has 20 floors. So maybe there's more difficult towers as well later on with more floors. I guess they could turn on dev mode if they wanted to, but it looks like they're trying their best. And the foe breaker. Switch to the twin striker. Oh, they got hit. Oh, and you can see underneath the player's health as well, there's a tribute burst buildups. So that fills up. Players also can come under the tribute bursts. So it seems like a pretty strong foe. They're all beating on it, but it's being pretty difficult, isn't it? And what's it doing right now? Oh! He saw it coming, he didn't move. Looks like they're trying to res him. Looks like maybe if you res fast enough, it's like you get a benefit or something. Maybe if you run out of time, you only have a certain number of reses. Yeah, oh, was it Heavy Smasher? Foe breaker feeding report. I made it to the 11th floor. So that's how far they're going to be going today, but yeah. So that was 10 minutes right there, but it's a 20-minute limit, so it's kind of a time attack as well, so you need to be moving fast through that as well.
こんな感じのものをロンチの方でご用意しております。ロンチで。まあ言うとこれ一番簡単なやつですからね。
So that's the easiest tower. So that's the first tower players will be able to go to.
という形ではございます。はい。というところでこちらで追加機能紹介は。
So I guess judging by that comment, there's going to be more towers that are more difficult later on.
あるんですが、正直ですね、開発メンバーも全部これ CBT の時あったっけなかったっけみたいなの結構分かんなくなっちゃうっていうところはあったりします。 実態としてこう CBT の時に上げていただいているユーザーさんの動画見て、あ、やっぱ CBT の時あったじゃんみたいなことを言う。
So for like some of these features, like we couldn't remember, was this in the closed beta test or not? It's like been developing, and it's like, oh, it was in the closed beta test when like looking at past videos and things like that.
いると思いますので、はい、引き続きよろしくお願いし
ネットワーク
ます。
テストで気づいたところなどあったらまとめていただけると。
So in the network test, if there's certain things that stand out to you, let us know.
プログラムに参りたいと思います。次は料金体系。
All right, so next is monetization, the big feature.
テストはまあこれから1月に実施するという状況で、正式サービスの時期間をお伝えした形なんですけど、このタイミングで料金体系についてお話しするかどうか悩む部分でも、ありましたが、前回下岡さんがですね、シーズンパス画面をポロリと。
So we weren't sure if we wanted to talk about monetization yet with the game still yet to be released, but in the previous stream, Shimaoka let slip the season pass, so we decided to kind of touch on monetization.
ただまあ皆さんまだプレイをされていないという状態ですので、商品の詳細などのご説明をしてもまああまりわからないかなと。
But everyone still hasn't really played yet, so giving the details about all the things in it may be kind of difficult to grasp for everyone. So we're going to be talking about like monetization system in the game.
まず過去のメディアインタビューなどで回答させていただきましたが、
So we talked about this in interviews for the global edition of the game, but so it's free to play, and then there will be certain items and things you can buy. There's also a season pass and a Legna store. Inside the Legna store, they have gacha listed here. The Rose Orb store, I'm not sure what that is. Rose Orb, maybe? Rose Orb store. And the Rose Orb. So what is this? Rose Orb item or service? 購入にしよう. So you can, I guess, you buy these like Rose Orbs for like certain items or services in the game. So there's, yes, I guess some of them. We have these Rose Orbs for certain things. I was probably going to talk about that in a moment. And then you have these BP point store and then the season store.
アイテム課金フリートゥープレイと言われるモデルとなります。シーズンパスはこれまでにも存在をお伝えしてきている通りですが、いわゆる課金ショップとしてはレグナスストアという専用ストアに各通貨を使用したショップや、ガシャもこちらにある形となります。ガシャは基本的に衣装とマウントのガシャを毎月更新していくという形となっております。ブルプロでは決済手段を、使用いただいて、このローズオーブという専用の通貨をご購入いただきまして、このローズオーブをアイテムやサービスのご購入にご利用いただくという形となります。
So I think like the rose orbs are going to be like the in-game kind of paid currency. And you can get some of them, I think, for in-game for free, and then some otherwise you can buy them as well.
ローズオーブには有償と無償が、ございます。シーズンパスのご購入などにも、このローズオーブをご利用いただくと。
So for buying the season pass as well, you use these rose orbs.
はい。商品カテゴリーとしては、次のスライドお願いします。
So types of let's see, item categories for things. We have weapon skins, accessories for head, accessories for, so these are, I'll go through all the accessories here. So we have head, ears, eyes, hands, was it, I think lower back, and I think they had something for back before as well. So probably somewhere else. And then also you have, was it the weapon skins? You have the like beauty salon limited appearance features. So like we saw before, the hair or eyes and things like that. So different variations. There are gestures. We have underwear they're showing there, and they have dyes. And for other accessories, yeah, so they had the back and cheeks. You have stamps. You have cracker, was it like a party cracker or something? So like fun items you can use, consumable items and things like that. Mount. So you'll be able to get a mount normally just through going through the game as well, but I guess you can get different types of mounts. There's a season pass. There's, was it additional Hoshu plus Kaisu Tsuika, so you can get your additional reward tickets for the missions. You can get some more of these, but there's a limit on how many you can buy. Haishin quest to Tase Chikito. I'm not sure what this Haishin quest is, so we'll probably hear about that at the stream, like stream quest or something. And there's consumable items, and then I think some buff things for maybe it's like increasing crafting, probably like was it crafting great success probability, and also reusing plugs that you put on your weapons. So I guess some things like that.
バリエーションや外見追加ではこれまでご紹介してきた衣装や武器スキン、エステ専用の外見や染色、アクセサリー、アンダーウェア、ジェスチャーなどキャラクターの外見やバリエーションを増やすものとなっております。衣装やアクセサリーには性能はついておらず、あくまでコスメティックとしてのもの。
And they also have like clothing here, and the clothing itself doesn't have any like stats associated with it. It's just a cosmetic.
その他スタンプやクラッカーなどのフレーバー系のアイテムのもバリエーション要素としてございます。またマウントはですね、移動時間の短縮効果と異なる外見を持ったマウントがありますので、外見と時短効果の両側面を持つというものとなります。シーズンパスにつきまして
So I guess for mounts, saying something as well.
またマウントはですね、移動時間の短縮効果と異なる外見を持ったマウントがあります。
I think maybe some of the mounts are faster, or maybe they're just saying mounts in general can speed up things. シーズンパスにつきましても、シーズンパスで獲得可能な報酬には衣装などの外見アイテムや消費アイテムなどの両方が含まれるという形なんで、 So inside the season pass, there are some cosmetic items as well as consumable items.
この内容では両側面の内容があるというものとして記載をさせていただきます。
今すごい大事なところ1行飛ばした。
はい、どこですか？
マウントは
マウントはゲーム内
外見ですか？外見によってマウントの移動速度に差はありません。
Oh, okay. So he seemed to skip over something, and he was Fukuzaki was correcting him, but there's no difference in speed depending on the mount. That was something I was thinking of as well. So just appearance. So most of the features, what they were saying is most of the features are just, I guess, pay for to speed up. I guess you can like speed up some things, and also get like cosmetic items as well. So I guess this is cosmetic, and then on the right side is, I guess, get speed up some things in game. So for consumable items, you can increase experience, or Runo, which is like a lunar was like the in-game currency. You can get increased currency or healing items and things like that.
本日お話したプラグを再利用するためのチケットなどが時間短縮効果として、販売をさせていただくものとなっております。先ほどもプラグのところでお話をしましたが、武器そのものとか、プラグそのものを販売するという。
Oh, okay, yeah, pay to progress, yeah. That's basically what it is on the right side, and the left side is like the just appearance, cosmetic stuff.
その他はキャラクター枠やキャラクター名変更など、いろいろあるというアイテムですけど、キャラクター作成枠は基本2枠と、させていただいております。拡張することで最大10枠まで、拡張できたり、キャラクター名変更プラグそのものを販売するということは、コンテンツ攻略を行う目的が、なくなってしまうという。
And he's saying for the plugs here, so you can there's some items being sold so you can reuse some of the plugs you put on your weapons, and these plugs are like the enhancements to your weapons. But they're not going to sell the plugs themselves because that would take away from the meaning of doing the content in the game.
部分がございますので、こちらは販売予定はないという形となっております。その他はキャラクター枠やキャラクター名変更など、いろいろあるというアイテムですけど、キャラクター
So
作成
there's
は
some other things like I guess additional characters or name changes.
2枠と、
So when you start, you only have 2 character slots.
させていただいております。拡張することで最大10枠まで。
You can have up to 10 slots if you buy more.
キャラクター名変更は、1回変更すると1回一定の、変更不可期間が
And when doing a name change for your character, there's a certain period after it where you cannot change your name again.
あるという形で、毎日名前を変えるみたいなことはできないんですが、
So you can't change your name daily.
させていただくものとなっております。前回とか、過去もお話ししたことあると思うんですが、カバンとか、倉庫とかの容量を拡張するみたいなものの、販売はないと。
And there's no items that are going to increase like your inventory size or storage size or anything like that. So that's the same for all players. And I think that's just basically, yeah, everything usually gets sent to the storage for the most part anyways.
形となっています。はい。で、先ほどお見せした、ところのカテゴリー分けみたいな部分なんですけど、課金やマネタイズみたいなところで、カテゴリーを紹介しておりますので、その商品すべてが販売専用なんじゃないかみたいに思われて、しまったかもしれませんけど、誤解ないようにお伝えしますけど、先ほどのは、商品のカテゴリーというものとなっております。はい。なので、次のスライドをお願いします。ミッションとかクエストとかゲームコンテンツの、攻略報酬でも、衣装やアクセサリー、マウント。
So in the screen before, they showed like various things in the game for your character and things like that. And those, you can get them through monetization, but you can also get them through in-game rewards as well. So through doing missions or quests, you can get clothing, accessories, mounts, stamps, tickets for like the beauty salon, and also gacha tickets.
も設定をしておりまして、獲得が可能です。例えばレイドを攻略をして GC という専用通貨を集めていただいて、アクセサリーとか衣装とかマウントと。
So like for example, doing raids, you can get like the special currency to buy like some like clothing and things like that.
最終的にゲーム内の報酬がどんなものが入手できるとか、どこのショップでどういったアイテムが置かれているのかみたいな詳細は実際にゲーム内を見ていただかないとなかなか分かりにくいと思いますので。
As for like what things you'll be able to like get in games specifically, it's be easiest once you can actually see once the game's like once you actually like step inside the game.
バリエーションや外見の豊富さを増やすものと時間短縮効果をベースとさせていますので、販売させていただく商品はバリエーションと思いますけど、販売させていただく商品はバリエーションや外見の豊富さを増やすものと時間短縮効果をベースとさせていただいているといったものとなっております。
But yeah, I guess for most of the things like the monetized stuff is just like additional variation to some of the things you can get in the game, and also some things to pay for the progress, like we were talking about before.
で次にシーズンパスですね。これ下岡さんが前回映したやつです。はい。あれわざとじゃないんだよ。
He said it wasn't on purpose the last time when he showed the season pass screen. So season pass, in the first season you have, what is it? A season is for around 50 to 60 days. And they said there'll be a certain like quests. I'm not sure what these Haishin quests are exactly. Maybe like quests that come with the seasons. So I guess like special, like distributed quests or whatnot. And if you go through the quests, you can clear them and get season points. And with the season points, you can rank up and get rank rewards. So I guess, yeah, you kind of, by doing like certain quests and things like that, you level up your season pass.
こちらはですね、レグナスストア、先ほどご説明した、課金、いわゆる課金ショップ みたいなところで販売する一部の商品が報酬として入っていたり、ゲーム内報酬で、入手するものも入っているといったものとなっております。シーズンパスは1シーズン、50日から60日のサイクルとなっています。1シーズンが終わると若干のインターバルを経て、次のシーズンが開始するという形です。ランクは1シーズンごとにリセットをされるという形となります。
Yeah, it's as you expect. So the season 50 60 days, and after a season ended, there's a little bit of interval between the next season, and your rank gets reset each season.
シーズンパスはですね、配信されるクエストをクリアすることでシーズンポイントを獲得していき、このシーズ
So
ン
with the season pass, there's going to be certain like quests associated with it, and by clearing those, yeah, you get the
ポイン
season
トを使用して
points.
ランクを上げることでランクに
Yeah,
設
limited
定され
quests,
て
I
いる
guess.
報酬を獲得できるといったものとなっております。ランクはローズオーブをご利用いただくことでも上げることができますが、こちらはランクポイントを獲得するのではなくランクそのものが上がるという形となります。一定ランクに到達するとシーズンポイントを利用してシーズンストアにてアイテムと交換すること
Jump back a
日
moment
の
here.
サイクルとなっています。1シーズンが終わると若干のインターバルを経て、次のシーズンが開始するという形です。ランクは1シーズンごとにリセットをされるという形となります。シーズンパスはですね、配信されるクエストをクリアすることでシーズンポイントを獲得していき、このシーズンポイントを使用してランクを上げることでランクに設定されている報酬を獲得できると。
Yeah, so you're basically doing the quest, yeah, you raise your rank, and you can get items associated with the rank as we could expect.
ランクはローズオーブをご利用いただくことでも上げることができますが、こちら
So using rose orbs, you can also raise your rank.
はランクポイントを獲得するのではなくランクそのものが上がると。
And with the rose orbs, you do not get the rank points, but you raise the rank itself.
いう形となります。一定ランクに到達するとシーズンポイントを利用してシーズンストアにてアイテムと交換することもできるようになっています。シーズンパスのランクですが100が最大と
What is he
を
saying
獲
there?
得していき、このシーズンポイントを使用してランクを上げることでランクに設定されている報酬を獲得できるといったものとなっております。ランクはローズオーブをご利用いただくことでも上げることができますが、こちらはランクポイントを獲得するのではなくランクそのものが上がるという形となります。一定ランクに到達するとシーズンポイントを利用してシーズンストアにてアイテムと交換することもできるようになっています。シーズンパスのランクですが100が最大となります。
So for the season rank, the highest is 100.
無償プランと優勝プランではランクごとに設定されている報酬が異なります。また、
And as you expect for the free plan and the ranked, the paid plan, it's you get different rewards.
無償プランの報酬はランク60まで。優勝
For the free plan, it's up to 60, rank 60 that you get rewards.
プランは100までの
And for the paid one, it's up to 100 you would get rewards.
なっています。優勝プランは2プラン。1シーズン
And there's two different plans for the paid plan. You have, I guess, the basic pass, and you have like what's this? It says advanced pass, so I guess it's the paid one. And then you have the royal pass, which gives you, it looks like plus 25 ranks at the beginning.
どちらかのみをご購入いただけるという形となっておりまして、優勝プランでは配信クエストの種類が増える、配信クエストが追加されるという形となっております。優勝プラン同士で、この数には差がいただけるという形となっておりまして、優勝プランでは配信クエストの種類が増える、
So with the paid plan, the certain number of limited quests, there's added variety to them. So I guess there's maybe additional quests
追加されるという形となっております。
to do.
優勝プラン同士で、この数には差がないという形に。
So, but between these two, there's not any difference between them. But I guess if you do one of the paid versions, you'll get some additional quests to probably level up your pass quicker.
なります。はい、ですね。はい。ただ、それ以外の、優勝コースと無償コースは、各ランクに、設定させていただいている報酬の差と、専用配信クエストのあるなしの差で、ポイントの獲得量が異なるという形には、なっておりますが、それ以外のゲーム内の、コンテンツにおいては優勝のシーズンパスを購入いただいていなければ、例えばこのマップに入れないとか、このミッションに行けない、このダンジョンに入れないみたいなものではございません。
So, but while there's some differences between the rewards you get between the two passes, there's not going to be anything content that's going to be limited because you didn't buy the pass. So if you don't buy the pass, there's no dungeons or like certain like quests you can't do and things like that.
でシーズンパスで、獲得できる報酬につきましても、こちらも一例となっていますが、ルーノとか GC のゲーム内の、通貨であったり衣装ジェスチャーとか武器
And these are some of the things you can get seeing at Luno, which is in-game like currency, GC, which are I believe the glory coins, which are like a special currency for getting like cosmetic items and things like that. There's outfits, gestures, weapon skins, gacha tickets, and discount on the next season pass paid plan.
銀やガシャチケット、またランクを頑張って上げていただくと次のシーズンの優勝プランが、割引されるなどの、内容も入れさせていただいております。
そうですね。だから基本的にコスメティック中心に構成させていただいて、あとはさっきのね、その日々のやつあるじゃないですか。報酬プラスね、ああいうものとかも、それが
So it's mostly just like cosmetic and maybe some like
あとはゲームのイベントとか
daily feature things.
アイテムたくさんあるので、ぜひ遊んでいただきたいと。あと
And like even just like in the normal game events, you can get a lot of different items just from normal play.
課金をしないと遊べない場所っていうのは
So it's not a game that you can't play because you're not gonna buy things through the monetization. So you can play for free just fine as well.
ということでご説明になっておりますということですね。
はい。皆様気になるのはどこでいくらで何売るのみたいなところだと思うんですが、これはさすがに今では。
So I guess a lot of people may be wondering like where and how much and what are you going to be selling? Well, we can't give all the specifics right now.
さっきサービス前のですね、プロモーション活動などでも、お伝えをさせていただく。
So before the release, we'll be giving more information about that.
思いますので、今日は、カテゴリーとか。
So today we're just going to be talking about these categories of things in the game.
以上、料金体系のお話でした。
おお。
あれちょっとね。
はい。
Looks like they came to the end of their topics.
あっという間ですね。
はい。というところでそろそろ番組も終わりの時間が近づいてまいりました。次回の番組なんですが、ネットワークテスト後に実施を
So the next stream will be after the network
で
test.
すね。今回は追加のお話だったりとか、そういうお話中心だったんですけども、今後の話どうなのっていうところで、次回はアップデートのロードマップだったりとか、
So in this time we talked about like additional like features that are going to be inside the game, but in the next stream we would talk about our roadmap for the game going forward for updates and things.
サービスインがねどうしても近くなってくると思いますので、その前に話しておきたい内容みたいなことを話して。
So before the game releases, we'll be talking about like some of the things before then. So like I guess the roadmap, the future and things like that.
と思ってます。ネットワークテストの結果次第というところではあるんですけども、次回のブルプロ通信の日程や内容を今後決めていきたいというふうに思っています。
So it's going to be somewhat dependent on the feedback and things we get from the network test, but we are planning to do another stream after that at some point.
はい、詳細な日程が決まりましたら公式
Once we know the date, we'll let everyone know on our official Twitter account.
またですね、ネットワークテストなんですが、CBT でも、同じ話をさせていただいたと思いますが、私たち皆様と一緒にプレイします。
And I think we said this in the closed beta test as well, but we will also be participating in the network test along with all of you.
ので、もしどこかで
So if you see us,
何ですか？
新しく買ったのよ。
あ、そうなんですね。
you bought a new controller, you wanted to show off.
アップにできます。ここブループロトコルって俺入れたから。
You put Brew Protocol on it or something.
来た。ピントが合うかな？はい、ということで何の自慢をしとるんだって。
はい、もしどこかで遭遇したら、皆様よろしくお願いします。で、ですね、私たちは
I think he just did it himself. I'm not sure if it's official merchandise. I don't think it is.
鈴木とか墨付きかっこ運営下岡福崎みたいな名前でプレイをさせていただいて。
So you're gonna be playing with their like names inside of it.
を使った名前を持っていますので、偽物の判別はそれでお願いします。
And you'll be able to tell us apart because we'll be using special characters that other players can't use.
結構そのお二人
Or special, like, I guess, characters in the name.
入る時間で言うとね、なかなかお二人は、
はい、いろいろ
相当なレアキャラになるかなと。
CBT の時最後の1時間ぐらい
そうね、ダンス
ずっと対処してて、もう最後の1時間からもうええやろみたいな、こうなんかあっても知らんかなみたいな、こう言われて、こう
僕はエネミーを狩りしてる時にやっぱ呼ばれちゃったりして、ちょいちょいいなくなったり。
They're talking about their experiences from the closed beta test. Like one of them only showed up in like the last hour or so. So depending on when they show up, like they could be kind of rare encounters with the development staff here.
最後にしれっとアステルリーズのダンスの中にこう何もやらずに黙って
潜り込む。
So Fukuzaki just kind of like blended into a dance at the end of the last closed beta test when everyone was in the town dancing.
そうですね。まあこの中では僕が一番エンカウント率は高いかな。特に2日目ね。1日目はやっぱりね、より忙しいかなと思いますので、まあぜひ。
So Shimoka will most likely be playing on the second day for quite a bit, so he's probably the easiest to find. We're coming to the end of the current broadcast today.
まずは福崎さんから。はい。
リハの時もそこは。
So we're gonna have Fukuzaki go first.
はい、ご視聴いただきありがとうございます。
So we'd like to thank everyone for watching.
まあ次は本当にネットワークテスト本番っていうかテスト。
So the next is the network test, so it's gonna be coming up.
まあもちろんゲームの中でいろいろ話しかけ遭遇したら話しかけていただいても全然問題ないですし、いろいろ聞いていただいても大丈夫です。答えられないことは答えられないと言いますね。
So if you see me in the game, feel free to ask me various questions. I'll answer what I can.
そこら辺はね明確にお話できるかと思いますので、話しかけいただいても問題ないです。で、もう本当に終わりが見えてきました。終わりがっていう言い方あれです。始まりが見えて。
So we're really seeing the end in sight, or should we say the beginning? So as the developers, yeah, they seeing the end, but yeah, it's gonna be the beginning, the release of the game. Fukuzaki having a cough there.
まあ話しないこともあるんですよ。CBT から今まで何してたのとか、はい、いろんなことをまあ前回のフィードバックでこういうフィードバックやってました、フィードバックを作ってました。で今回の新機能のところでこういう機能を作ってましたっていう話はあるんですけど、やっぱり紆余曲折あったし、そうだもんだあってっていうのもあるので、もうちょっとその辺はなんだろうな、どっかでインタビューだからしないんですけど、ちょっといろいろ落ち着いてサービスにできてよかったねってなってから実は
So he's saying, yeah, like in the last broadcast we talked about like a lot of the improvements we made, and this time we talked about various additional features and whatnot, but maybe at some point after release or something, we do an interview and kind of like look back on everything we did so far in the development.
まあね、もう俺はディレクターにやめるって言ったらざわざわしちゃう、ざわざわしちゃう。ここ3人も正直ぶち切れ合ったこともやっぱりあるんですよね。はい。ただ
I guess there was some hard times in development as well, but they made it this far.
いろんなバランスを取りながら、その中でどうしたらできる限りいいものになるんだっていうところをお互いのやり方の中でお互い譲れないところがあってぶつけ合って。
But among the development staff, we had our own ideas of what's best for the game, and we kind of butted heads with some things about what we thought was best, but we were all striving for, I guess, the best game.
こういう形になってきてると思いますので、なんとかサービスまできっちり作り上げて皆さんと楽しみたいなと思ってますので、はい。
We're happy to have come this close to release, and we're looking forward to playing the game with everyone.
結構長くなっちゃいましたけど、皆さんも最後までご視聴ありがとうございま
So
す。
turned out the stream kind of went on for a little bit, but we're happy that everyone was able to watch. But really, looking back on it, it was quite a long time for the development and everything. But finally, we're coming to the beginning, the release of the game.
作りたいって思った時の願いってやっぱりみんなと遊びたいぞっていうのがあるから。
So since the beginning, like my thing I really wanted to do while making this game is having a fun experience where I can play with everyone.
好きだし、そのさっきのおまかせパーティーみたいにその普段そういう僕みたいな僕のような属性のなかなか人にね話しかけられない。
So and adding features like we talked about before, like the quick party feature where people like me who can't really like talk easily to other people are able to join up.
コミュ力の低い男です僕は。でもその中で一生懸命こうやって作ってきて、いよいよそれをねで CBT からフィードバックをいただいてここまで作り上げてきたものが、ようやくネットワークテストできて、
So and after this closed beta test, we had so much feedback and we were able to improve upon that, and we're finally coming up to the network test.
あとサービスにつながっていくというところを非常に嬉しく思っております。時間の限りですね。
We're happy that the release of the game is going to be approaching so soon.
できますので、ぜひよろしくお願いいたします。
So I'm looking forward to playing the game with all of you.
じゃあ私の方ですね。本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。前回の
Thanks for watching the broadcast today.
皆様がSNS ので反応していただいている内容とか、ブログとか動画で我々がお伝えさせていただいた内容に対して、どういった感想を持たれたのかとか、どういったことを思っているのかとか、かなり、確認をさせていただいております。
So since the last broadcast, a lot of people online would be posting on social networking sites like Twitter or on blogs or making videos about what they thought of our feedback in our stream. So I really looked into a lot of what the players were thinking about what we've talked about.
そして今日もしますし、
And I'll be doing the same for after today's broadcast as well.
配信していただいたり、この後ね二次会配信するみたいな、何それ楽しそうみたいな方もいたんですよ。俺も飲み物飲みながら見たいみたいなのもあったんですね。見たい。はい。というところはやっぱり拝見させていただいて、皆様がどういったご意見を持たれている
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone thought about our stream today.
今後も大切にして、
I really value everyone's feedback.
あれでしたもんね。鈴木さんヘビースマッシュのアイコンないっすよっていう話をあれですね、自己紹介カードですね。
そうですね。
あれでちょっと
やべっつって。
So in the Japanese community, a lot of people are making like these was it like introduction cards or like cards introducing themselves as like a player, but a lot of people that were making those like cards to, like introduce themselves on Twitter and whatnot, they're making comments about how there's no faux breaker icon. And he brought that up to Suzuki, and he's like, "Oh no!"
なんだろう、ちょっと一回中のを使っちゃったんですよね。いや使っちゃって申し訳ありませんみたいな。いやすみません、逆にこっちが悪いがそれあって。そうです
ね。こっちが申し訳なかったんですよ。こっちが運営悪いんだって。
So I guess like some people were like apologizing for like asking. It's like, "Oh, sorry, we asked about this," and they're like, "No, we're the ones at fault here. We should have put that out sooner."
まずやろうっつって。はい。
So that's talking about what they added to like the fan kit, adding the heavy the faux breaker like icon and whatnot.
励みとしてやらせていただけますので、引き続きよろしくお願いできればと思っております。はい。それでは本日のブルプロ通信はこれで終了となります。皆さん長時間最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。
So that brings us to the end of the broadcast today.
テスト後かまたはネットワークテスト中にですね、レグナスで。
So the next stream will be after the network test, and we hope to see some of you inside the network test as well. So we're wishing you the best of luck to your journey. Alright, so that looks like it's the end of their stream there. That was good. We got a lot of information. We got to see some of the things they're going to be monetizing. They didn't really talk too much about the gacha yet, which is one of the things that I was kind of interested in. So seeing what types of gacha will be in the game later is something I'm still interested in. But we'll probably get more details closer to release, I'm guessing. The network test is going to be next month. I believe, what is it, like the 14th or 15th or something? When is that? Or it's like 15th through... It's like 3 days or something next month. I'm hopefully going to be participating in that. I signed up for that, and they're going to have the results of their network test lottery. When is it? End of this month or something? Sometime. So they had signups for since the end of the last stream until a couple days ago. And then they're going to give the results of who got in sometime, probably by the end of the year, they were saying. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, but they said sometime by the end of the year, and they had, was it 50,000 signups for the network test, and they said they got more than that for players. So yeah, they're going to be having like their little lottery system or whatnot. So hopefully I get in. We'll have to see. Yep, definitely appreciated the super chat. So thank you so much. So is this game a true MMO like how? Yeah, for the most part, it's like a true MMO. So you have a town, you have 200 people in town. In the field areas, you can see other players. Thanks again for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and definitely thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope the translations were good, and I'll probably be doing some summary videos of the information later, where I can look at it a little bit more detail and get it a little bit more concise and compact videos of the summary of the broadcast. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely appreciate the super chat. It really helps out. Oh, yeah, thanks for all the kind words, everyone. Yeah, but I'm planning to make, just more Blue Protocol content going forward. Definitely looking to release. It's probably most anticipated game I have currently, so looking forward to playing it when it releases. Oh yeah, paying for those energy drinks. Some of these streams can get long, especially when I kind of like stop occasionally to listen to what they're saying and go back and whatnot, so yeah. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, thanks so much for all the super chats once again. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'll plan to be playing inside most likely going to be playing on the Japanese version of the game, because I live in Japan, so that's going to be just like the best ping for me, and it's going to be releasing first from what we know currently. So yeah, probably when the game releases as well, I'll be doing that as well. So we'll have to see about that. But yes. Yeah, I live in Japan, so I speak Japanese and whatnot as well. So that's why I was doing the translations and whatnot. But yes, definitely excited for the game's release and the network test. I asked some of my friends here in Japan to sign up as well, because for the network test, you have the ability to invite a friend as well if you get in. So even if I don't get in, maybe one of my friends will get in and they can give me an invite. So hoping to get in. But yeah, I think that's just about everything. What did everyone think about the stream today? Thoughts and whatnot. Thanks again for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Internet user 1983. Living in Japan, it's good. Yeah, I like it. Like Japan quite a lot. What do you think? So it was pretty good overall. Good to stream. Good to see new features. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, the swimming we had before, but yeah, I guess they did improved some of the things like the swim dash and the jump ability, which is pretty useful to have. And seeing various things for monetizing was also good. I mean, there was mention of gacha, but overall, it doesn't seem too overbearing from what we've heard. And it seems they're pretty cautious about trying not to have like pay to win elements, like even limiting the number of like tickets you can buy for the missions for like extra bonuses. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the beauty salon, or like whatever you want to call that. The ability to edit your character in more detail. Nervous about crossplay. It seems like they want to do it. They just don't have it fully ready yet. So it looks like there's something they're hoping to have in the game, maybe by release. Did they mention housing? Not yet. They talked about their wanting to add more of these like lifestyle features as they go forward. So like with fishing, when the game starts, they're just going to have the fishing, right? And then you'll be able to sell the fish, but later on you're going to add ways to like interact with the fish you've created. So maybe cooking and things, and maybe they'll add like other things later on. We'll have to stay tuned. Maybe they'll do like a housing or something like update in the future. Like they said in their next stream, they're looking at like a roadmap of features in the future. So maybe we can get a look at some of the things they're hoping to do later on and how they plan to, I guess, continue to update the game moving forward. When did they announce the lottery? That's going to be sometime by the end of the year, they're hoping. They're going to announce on Twitter when it happens. So, I don't know, maybe within the next 15 days or so. Yeah, the new tower thing was that they get like unending tower or whatever. It looks like they'll have like multiple towers. Like the beginning tower is like a 20-floor time attack kind of thing, which looks very exciting. I wonder if they're going to have like an infinite tower or something. It's like it just keeps getting more difficult until you like die and leave. Did they say how much publishers can change about the game? Yes, they did. They said that for the publishers, they take feedback from like all the publishers about things that they would like to see. Like the publisher saying, we want like something like this kind of feature, we want this in the game, or wouldn't this be good? So they take the feedback, but they don't. The ones that actually like make the changes are the Japanese developers, and they decide if they want to put that in the game or not, right? So if they take the feedback and think that's a good idea, they'll do it. But if they take the feedback and thinks that's not going to be good for their Japanese customers, or as from a Japanese developer standpoint, they won't do it. So that's kind of nice to hear. So it kind of put I guess, a lot of people worried about Amazon's presence on the game. And while maybe Amazon will be making suggestions of things they would want, the final say is with the Japanese developers. We had the camping, right? Maybe look at some of the things we had there. The camping area looks pretty cool as well. I kind of like the idea of the camp they put in it. Having like a gathering point in each of the zones where like everyone can kind of just sit and watch a campfire. Seems like just like a fun little like chat room in the game, right? And they put like the teleporter point right next to it, so everyone that like kind of teleports to the zone as well will kind of like go right next to the camp as well. Yeah, the camping looks like a fun little feature they added. When does live start? You mean like the release of the game? The game is releasing in Japan early spring, and we don't really know what early spring means yet. So is that like February, March, April? We'll have to see. For global release, I'm pretty sure Amazon said second half of 2023. So it's going to be a little bit later, probably a few months later than Japan, right? There's no region lock for global, right? What were they saying? They said that like each of the publishers were going to be having like their own kind of server system. So like Japan's going to have its own like server, and then I guess Amazon will be doing their own thing. So I guess if you were like playing through the Amazon service, you're not going to be seeing the Japanese players, right? But I'm not sure if they said anything about like region locks or anything like that. That might be up to the publishers themselves. Is there climbing? Not climbing like Genshin or Zelda, if that's what you're asking. I think there was like some like interactable climbing points in some of the dungeons, but not like anywhere climbing. The creator program, I signed up for the creator program. I'm not sure if I get anything from that though yet. I just like, I have the Discord thing right now. June for global. I wonder, is that like count a second half? Maybe. We'll have to see. Hardcore in-game content. We don't really know, I guess, too much about the in-game content yet. I don't know, maybe they're like holding off for a little bit later to keep people like interested or not. But yeah, we're still kind of looking. Maybe it'll have like a in-game tower system, like they showed like the beginning tower, but maybe we'll have like an endless tower for like an in-game content kind of thing. But I think a lot of the content is gonna revolve around going through dungeons to get the materials to build like better weapons, and also putting like the plugs, like enhancements on the weapons and whatnot. Second half can be December. Yeah, you don't really know about the Amazon's release yet. Japan, I'm hoping is earlier and later. What other things did we see? Like the random cook, he gives you like buffs and whatnot. The photo mode, yeah, we saw the photo mode. Was it Este? So this is their aesthetic thing. Being able to have additional things. Did we see some of the, what are like hairstyles were added? I mean, I kind of saw this coming though, right? Most likely guessing that hairstyles will not be monetized. Oh, thanks for the super chat again. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. It really helps out. Thanks so much. Yeah, so rewarding players for in parties. Yeah, they said there's no really demerit. It's not like other players will take your drops because you're in the same party or things like that. Everyone shares like everything that's dropped, and you like share it. I mean, you all get the same amount of like drops and experience and things like that. So it's just beneficial to be in a party because I guess other players in your party like killing things will give you experience too. So how many hairstyles do we have here? 4, 12, 16, 18. I think there was 14 in the standard creation, so it's like plus 4 hairstyles. They have short, medium, long, ponytail, twin tail. Can you explain the slides where the servers will be held and by whom publisher? It's just like, yeah, what like publishers are doing what in which region, right? So like Bandai Namco is a publisher in Japan. For Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau is Niantic. Smilegate for Korea, and then Amazon Games for most of the other regions. North America, Europe, South America, Australia, New Zealand, and then we have all the Southeast Asia players waiting for a publisher, I guess. Oh, I got the emotes while sitting down now too, right? New eye styles. I like some of these like pupils they have. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to use the characters. Probably the first thing I do when I get the game is just like buying one of these like beauty salon passes and changing my character. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Japanese version of the game will support English because it's being published in Japan for Japanese players. I don't know if they'll have like an English option. I think it was like Final Fantasy 14 or something had an English option, I think I heard, but do I want to do a giveaway for the game? I think it was like Amazon's creator program had like some giveaway opportunities or something. So I guess depending on how that goes, if I get like stuff from Amazon or something. I don't know if Japan has a creator program as well. If they do, maybe I'll do stuff for that as well, but I haven't heard anything about Japanese creator program yet. I don't even know if like the game is region locked yet. I haven't like, I don't know if they talked about that. I think they're thinking that it's going to be only for like Japanese players. But I'm sure a lot of players are going to be wanting to join in once it releases in Japan, since it's going to be coming there first, right? Got the sharp teeth. You can have like shark teeth or fangs or various types of fangs. Yeah, good. They didn't show the mail customization. Yeah, they didn't show the details of it in the shop here, but who was it? Shimaoka was actually using a male character this time. I think a lot of, like, one of the main things I feel from like these developers is that they really want to make the game good, right? They want to make the game like fun for players. They're not doing it because, I mean, it's a game and it's a business, so you need to have monetization, but they don't want the monetization to be overbearing and like impact people's gameplay experience, which is something I feel when I listen to them talk. So that makes me hopeful for like the game's future. So even if like there is like a gacha feature, hopefully it's not like too like horrendous or anything. Maybe it's just like you can get like special items you could get like elsewhere as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think the gacha is just like the last thing that I want to like learn more about in the game, because they haven't really talked too much about that yet. Oh yeah, people making like VTubers and VP. I wonder how close you can get. I mean, they had like the teeth options and whatnot. And it seems like cosmetics, was it cosmetics and then I guess convenience features are like their two main monetization like pillars. They're pillars of monetization. So I'm guessing there's gonna be lots of like new like hairstyles and various things added later on. Yeah, I think one thing to remember, like for like games like Lost Ark and whatnot, is that Lost Ark was made from a Korean company, and Korean games have like crazy monetization for their like online games. Like the pay to win is just usually horrendous, so I don't really touch those games. So I think compared to that, Blue Protocol is going to be a lot lighter on monetization. No, was it Phantasy Star Online though? I felt like the gacha was too overbearing as well though. So like even for maybe it's not as bad as some things, but I mean you can play through the game, but if you want to do the gacha, it's like Phantasy Star Online was built around their gacha. It feels like I think Blue Protocol is going to have like more variety to their monetization, so it's not just all resting on the gacha. And it sounds like you're going to be able to get like maybe like items separately from gacha as well, so maybe buying cosmetic things directly. And I think some of the like cosmetics and whatnot would be in the battle pass as well, they were saying. Or not the, well, battle pass. They call it the season pass, but it's like battle pass. Yeah, but I think the main thing to remember is they haven't talked about any way to like trade items in game. So it's not like you're buying money or whatnot to from like buying like cosmetics to trade or whatnot. Dupes work. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, yes. For around the gacha, we just don't have any information, so it's hard to kind of talk about anything about it too much in too much detail. We just know that there's going to be some sort of gacha, but we don't know what. Did they say how to create weapon armors or something? So weapons are made from crafting, right? So you'd go to like dungeons or like areas, you gather materials, and then you craft the weapons. They said that there's going to be weapon skins in the shop. Or I guess like, maybe not just the shop. You may probably get some of them in game as well, but there's going to be weapon skins in the game. So like these are various items and things in the game, and these will also be appearing in the shop, but you also be able to get them through like gameplay and whatnot. But yeah, there's weapon skins, so maybe you'll be able to change like the appearance of your weapon then. For armor, armor or clothing is also going to be acquirable in-game or in shop as well. And this does not affect your stats either, so it's just like cosmetic. This game is basically, it's built around cosmetics. Because like stats of like your character are separate from appearance. But I guess the weapons, maybe like the weapon, like when you get it, the weapon will have stats and probably appearance when you get it. But I think they have, if they have the weapon skins, then that doesn't really matter much as well. Talk about future classes. They haven't talked anything about future classes yet. Transmog. I guess the way they're kind of doing the transmog, I don't know how the weapon skins work exactly, but like armor and whatnot, you just basically have in your storage, right? And you can swap whenever, and it doesn't have stats, so it doesn't affect anything if you switch. Like other games, stats and appearance are linked together. So if you wanted to change like appearance, you would need a transmog system. But if his stats aren't linked to the armor, you can switch like what you're wearing, whatever, and it doesn't affect your character stats. Oh, you think it's the gacha is the same as PSO's NGS gacha cosmetics? Maybe it'll do something like kind of similar. I think that you can get some of the, like the gacha passes for free as well from gameplay. Did they say something about preventing dead weight? Well, you can do, what is it, like matchmaking? You can do free matchmaking with whoever, but you also could like make parties if you wanted to. If you like wanted like a dedicated party. For mounts, well, there's gonna be like different mounts, so I don't know if it's exactly a skin, but you'll be able to get different mounts, but they're all basically the same function wise. Something you can ride. And we haven't really seen too much variety in the mounts yet. It's mostly just like horses and foxes so far, but maybe it'll be like a good variety of mounts as well you can get. Somebody was saying, yeah, what other classes? So like for one of the shops in was it Astrolates had guns and spear, right? In it, so it seems likely they might have like plans for those types of classes later. How people will be able to join a guild? It's just like their guild feature currently is like a team, like kind of like chat. Where did they have that? They talked about it. They did talk about it somewhere, if I can find it. It was basically like you can form like a team with other players, and it has a team rank, and you have like a team leader or whatnot, and that's basically their guild feature. And you can level up your team by playing gameplay and whatnot. I don't know, it was in here somewhere. I missed it. Maybe it was later on. It's the plugs. The attribute burst. Bonus stuff. Was this like teams? Or is this their quick party? Yeah, but yeah, basically teams are like that. You're gonna see skins that drop from content and cannot be purchased in store. Maybe they'll have something. They talked about like rare weapon drops from like the dungeons and whatnot. So normally you don't get weapons from drops, but there's gonna be some rare drops, it seems. I don't think they have any combat skills on the mounts. From what we've seen, it's just basically a dash. So just basically a faster way to travel. Nothing like Guild Wars 2 mounts. Yeah, I don't think they have any plans for PvP currently. If they ever talk about PvP, it's usually about the party versus party, which is their concept of player party versus monster enemy party. Where monster enemies also have like tanks and whatnot, basically roles inside the monster groups. I think that's dependent on the publisher, right, for launch packs. So Amazon's planning their founder pack, but Japan might be doing something differently. And they didn't talk about it in the stream. Yeah, Amazon mentioned they're going to be doing a founders pack. for PvP and like MMORPGs, I think the best PvP I played for online RPG is Guild Wars, like Guild Wars 1. It felt like the best PvP, and I haven't found anything similar to it since. I don't know if anyone ever played Guild Wars 1, but yeah, I had some really good PvP. I think that, like, I played that, like, PvP, like, first for, like, online game. Whenever, like, I think of, like, PvP and online games, there's nothing that's really, like, similar to that. So there's not, all the other PvP is just, like, kind of lackluster in comparison. Okay, yeah, World vs. World was okay. But I felt like, yeah, Guild Wars 2 was also something a little bit different than Guild Wars 1, which is, I wanted more Guild Wars 1. But overall, like, combat in this game is looking pretty good, though. I do like how they have their skill system set up, where you can have the skill slots, where you can have like 4 skills you set, along with the 2 echoes. Give some like variety to builds, so you can like think about what kind of build you want to do, and then you also have the weapon with the plug enhancements on it. So it looks like there may be some maybe some theory crafting for builds and whatnot, especially with the party, where you want to maybe get everyone to have certain elements together for like certain phases of like maybe difficult fights. What class am I gonna be playing as? Kind of, I don't know, like I'm always kind of like drawn to the Keen Strider and Spellweaver, but I don't know. The Fullbreaker also looks fun, but I'll have to see. If I had enough time, I'm just going to be playing all the classes, but for a network test, I'll probably have to limit myself to some. Like, I want to make some guides, if possible, for, like, all the classes, but I'm not sure how much I'll be able to level up each of the classes. I'm not sure what I'm going to end up playing as. Maybe Archer. Keen Strider, maybe, or Spellweaver. We'll have to see. For some reason, I always end up going to those 2. Fullbreaker does seem fun, though, since it hasn't been playable yet. But I guess all the classes have undergone quite a few changes. In the Guild Wars games, I played Ranger a lot. But I'm not sure. I do like how you can have all the classes on the same character. Because you're not really limited. If you like make a character of a certain class, you can just switch to all the classes eventually. So once the game releases, I'll be playing all the classes. That's the plan. It's like, and also, what is it? They have like character slots, but like, if you can like have all the classes in a single character, I don't really feel the need to make multiple character slots. This clothing looks new as well, right? Probably some monetization, maybe. Android? It's not going to be on Android, I don't think. It's, what is it? PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox, XS, attack speed on Foe Breaker. I don't know what like buffs they're going to be having from like the weapons and like the weapon enhancement stuff. If they had like attack speed boost stuff, that would be pretty good. Their like attribute system looks pretty interesting though. And how you can kind of like work with your team to try to get like these attribute bursts. I don't know, like I want to say like element for these, but I think Amazon localized it as attributes, so I'm trying to like stick to the localized names for things. But the various like attributes, fire, ice, electricity, earth. I don't know, lightning or electricity, which one like better? What's a better title for it? Light and then darkness. Yeah, lightning. I'll go with that. Crafting, I mean, like, crafting they have in the game, but they don't really have... What is it? The crafting is the main, like, gameplay loop. So you craft your weapons. I don't think there's really, like, levels associated with crafting either. You just need the materials, and then you can craft. But, what is it? There's a chance for, like, critical success, which is probably what most people are going to be striving for. So maybe crafting the same weapon multiple times to get, like, a like, upgraded version of it. If you get the critical success version of a weapon, it has like more slots or like better like stats or like extra stats or stuff like that. Compared to what was it like, you have like Final Fantasy 14, you have crafting as like a whole other like profession, like you need to level up. I don't think this game has anything like that currently. Ice for Strider. Yeah, I guess for range classes, running ice to slow down enemies is good. Crafting failure? I don't remember. Maybe it's changed since the closed beta. Like my memory of the closed beta crafting is very vague. Did they have crafting in this video? I don't think they showed it. I think the last video they showed it just a little bit, like one screen of it. Oh, they showed the critical success thing, right? I don't remember if they actually showed the crafting window or not, or just talked about the item. They talked about it at some point, but yeah, I don't remember if they showed the window of crafting. Was that, I think, like, what is it? You can get, like, success rate up, but I don't know if that's exactly, like, you fail versus, like, what? They had, like, the normal version, normal success versus, like, super success craft. Yeah, but the crafting is done, yeah, like at the giant machine for crafting. Yeah, so like in Final Fantasy 14 turns, like normal quality versus high quality kind of stuff. And they said like the higher quality weapons and whatnot have, what is it, like extra slots for like the enhancements and whatnot, and then other maybe like attributes and whatnot associated with it. Want to see their presets. Kind of interesting. Yeah, the UI is looking pretty clean, and it's also designed around being able to use a controller, right? Because they want everything to be easily used by a controller, so that's why like the main menu and whatnot takes up the whole screen and whatnot. I was hoping that the results of the network test were gonna be coming out like today. I was thinking like maybe it'll have them like by today in time for the stream. But I guess I was way off. They're like maybe by the end of this year. So I'll have to wait longer to see if I got into it or not. But hopefully either me or one of my friends got into it, then I'll be able to get an invite. I like seeing the dye system they put in as well. What's that after this one? Being able to adjust like the brightness and like saturation separately. Like a lot of games just kind of have like set colors. So actually having like a bar where you can adjust things adds a lot of variety to different colors you can have for items. I think how this works is you have like the basic colors like set here, and then you'd use like a dye for that. But if you would start adjusting, yeah, like the brightness or saturation and whatnot, then you need another item, like a mixing item. Hero Academia character. Looks like you can adjust lighting and poses as well. It shows what items you currently have equipped. Log Horizon. Alright, see you later, Art Cub. Thanks for watching. Maybe like Log Horizon will all be sucked into the game and can live in the game then. Alright, thanks for watching, Zero Sick. Appreciate it. Is it JoJo? Yeah. It does look like JoJo, doesn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be fun seeing all the customization that everyone does in the game though. You can pull this up for precise seeking? Oh, okay. You kind of look down. Didn't know they had this. I also liked how like the players can also get these attribute bursts put on them. So like you can put these bursts on enemies, but you can also have the burst put on yourself and it can be painful. You get frozen by the enemy and whatnot. sword and board class. The Aegis Fighter does look pretty fun. I mean, I think all the classes look enjoyable to play. Hello, Eraser Gun. Alright, see you later, Kaosu. Thanks for watching. The dark debuff. The dark debuff seems scary. Like the enemy can heal up. Like it seems like maybe like strong bosses will just all have like dark debuffs and they'll or like maybe like freeze you and then put a dark debuff on you. I'm not sure if there's double like bursts or whatnot, but if you're just like healing off your whole party, that could be pretty crazy. Yeah, I guess best option so far is maybe Steam, or I don't know if the Japanese version will support overseas players that want to sneak in. I don't know if anything else stood out. I guess these like bonus reward passes or tickets or whatever they had. The quick party feature seems pretty interesting. And I like their ability to pet dogs now. Southeast Asia to US would be pretty hyping, wouldn't it? Even Japan to US can be hyping. Like around probably maybe 120 to like 200 or higher depending on where the server is. What do they have? They have Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. Where's Macau? I guess it's like another like part of China, right? Yeah, if Taiwan had like I guess different language options, it could be a good option. These towers look like they're gonna be fun though. Yeah, 80 ping's not bad. I think like anywhere up to like 120 ping or so for like a game isn't too horrible. For like, I guess, games that don't need like too much real time. Just learn Japanese and move to Japan. The beta. Japan's network test is next month, right? Some point. I forget when. I'll remember sometime. Look at their site. Yeah, Japan is next month, and then Amazon's having a network test first half of 2023, whenever that is. When is the network test? There is a network test information. No, that wasn't it. One of these. Oh yeah, it's gonna be, so network test is next month, the 14th, Saturday the 14th to 2 p.m. on the 16th, Monday. Might need to take a day off. Might need to take a Monday off for the game. Yeah, but I guess for Japan network test, I'm guessing it'll be network test, and then after that, it's just gonna be a release. Maybe after some like final changes and preparations for the game. I don't know when I would expect Japan release. Maybe March. And then I'm not sure when the beta test will be for America yet. They say first half. Yeah, I'm originally from America, from Minnesota. Hey, thanks, Colin Music. Definitely appreciate everyone tuning in. I kind of started YouTube originally when I was playing through Brew Protocol beta because I thought it'd be interesting to kind of put the videos online and whatnot. And then it was kind of a long drought of information after that, but excited to see things finally moving with the game. Yeah, a long time of waiting. They had network tests and they had like some more developer streams after that, and then they had something. Was it a different like stress test or something? But then they had, yeah, not too much information, like one Twitter post a week, and then they had the dark times. It was like a year and a half of no information. So it's almost been like, I think, come April or so, it's been like 3 years since the first closed beta in Japan. Well, it's definitely been a while. Yeah, waiting since the pandemic. I'm a programmer in Japan, so I don't teach at all, but yeah, just on a work visa currently, but applied for a permanent residency, so hopefully that goes through. Yeah, a long period of no Blue Protocol information. But yeah, we're finally here. We got the network test next month, so just about every month looks like we have something to look forward to. Probably after that, maybe in February, they'll have their like final stream before the Japanese release, which is what I'm thinking. Yeah, but the stream was another good one. Got to see a lot of new information. The tower feature was definitely exciting. The cosmetic options all look great. The dye feature was something new is going to be coming in some aspect. And also these Nappos. It's kind of interesting because this was actually something mentioned. I was thinking that this was going to be like a Nappo or something. There was mention of it in a dialogue in the closed beta test. Like one girl in the Astraleads was talking about like a Nappo coming out of like a pot or something. And we didn't know like not what Nappos were at that point. All they need to do is add like housing, right? Have like a log cabin just like overlooking a lake or something. I think the strong point of Blue Protocol is just going to be, you know, like cosmetics, the environment. It's kind of like, I view it as like kind of an easygoing game. Even though it's like online action RPG, it just seems like the players are going to be kind of just like easygoing people. I'm guessing there's just going to be lots of people just kind of like sitting around in towns and like at tables chatting and doing stuff like that. Campfire dancing, probably. Yeah. Is there voice chat in game? I don't think so. It's just normal chat. Like this is their chat window, right? So you just have text. And then there's the set phrases and then stamps. And you get all these gestures as well. Look at the gesture window for a moment. I don't know if there's anything new that got snuck in here. There's the hand holding, right? Hand holding and rock, paper, scissors. Other ones were probably in the game so far. When is it releasing? Japan, early spring. Amazon publisher regions is second half, 2023. I don't know when early spring will be. Early spring. Probably when it's ready, early spring. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna bring this stream to an end. It's starting to get a little bit late here, so I'll need to head out in a little bit. But I'd like to thank everyone who tuned in and enjoyed the stream. I hope to keep posting more Blue Protocol videos in the future. And I guess for the network test, probably look at doing streaming for that. Probably because people like streams better for more interaction. Yeah, definitely thanks everyone for watching. Definitely appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good night, good day, wherever you may be. When is it? Like next month, I'm hoping to get into network test. And if I get into that, I'll probably be streaming it. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to be heading out. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in future videos.